Hi, YouTube. Me, Kareem Zamir. You on Twitch? You're still live. We're still doing things. It's just my cut so that I know where to cut this episode when we go live for the YouTubes, right? On YouTube, I'm Kareem Zamir, Seekers Galanti, Second Wake, episode 15, year 2. Or if you want to be a weirdo about it, it's like 67, right? 15 plus 52, 60, carry the... Yeah, 67, right? That's how that works. Math is super easy. Alright, cool. So, when we last left our valiant heroes, as MCDM says, that's how you know the episode has started. When we last left our valiant heroes, they had arrived within Grim Village, a place they had previously went to, but wasn't exactly the same as memory serves. It has been roughly a few months now that the group has last visited. For some of them, a new visit for Celeste and Cobalt Jones, first-time visitors to Grim Village. Maybe not Cobalt Jones, depending, but you know, that all depends on a few things here and there. But with that, they had come to view the village to be scarred, marked, beaten, broken, and currently under new management. It is now known as Grim Village Resort and Casino, of which they had noticed many of the buildings, properties, and otherwise collected ventures within the village itself to be under the control of TT Holdings LLC, a assumedly Far Eastern investor that had come to make Grim Village their new mark on the horizon and border towns and border cities of the Hunter's Reach. Now looking to... Can I say gentrificate? Like, can I say gentrify? It's pretty bad, right? I mean, it's what they're doing. They're raising property values so that the hunters, farmers, and retired folks that live in Grim Village can no longer afford to live there unless they work for the holdings company. So, like, in a way, yeah, it's kind of bad, but in another way, they are improving the village. So it depends on where on the wage gap you're at personally. I'm going to leave that up to you. In Fantasy World, it's more good than bad, I'd say. Healthcare for everyone, because it'd be bad otherwise. So,
yo, I'm broke.
Yo, Cobalt Jones, anti-gentrification. So yeah,
we uprooting this whole thing.
We're gonna reburn.
We are no longer going to be oppressed. Power to the people. Workers' movement.
Cobalt Jones has been in Grim Village for all of 18 hours now, and is doing what Etsy's doing next week, which is a strike. So yeah, there's that thing.
Worse, I think he's creating a union.
Oh, no unions here in the West.
We're unionizing.
No unionizing.
We're unionizing the machines, though.
Don't make me make Fantasy Bezos, because I will do
Jones,
it. I will do it.
Your only problem is that you can't bring weapons into the casino.
That is his only problem. He's leveraging his problem to be the problem of the
I'm not
night.
allowed to bring weapons into the casino doesn't mean I can't.
I think that's exactly what that means.
This sounds like me at Smoking Wreck on Saturday night. Jeez.
Oh,
No,
yeah?
no. This is my problem solver.
It's called the Glock.
This is my lucky gambling axe.
I'm
I
rolling up
gamble
with the
a lot
homies.
more. You want me to have it on me.
But I have my lucky gambling axe. I can't win at the tables.
It'll be hard, though, because I have no money, so...
Oh, that's also true. You have given away much of your money. You're selfless.
No,
Like
I didn't give away any of my
Eaten.
money. I got it all eaten.
Oh, that is also true. I forgot you carried literally all of your money on your person.
I mean, I got 20 strength. Why not?
I need to digest you more often. And that's not a Vor thing. That's just a good tactic of the DM. Nobody make that weird. Okay, thanks. So,
I'm gonna clip it and make it weird.
don't make it weird. Stop making
too
it
late.
weird.
Sampling it. I'm trying
Stop
to-
making
Too
it weird.
late,
for
making
me.
it weird.
No! Alright, cool.
It's the Korean War song. We're doing
Oh, no. I'm not doing a Vor song. You couldn't... No, you could pay me enough money to
Well, you
write it,
just
but
said
I'm not going to do it.
it. You just said it again, so
that's
now I
true.
got another sample.
Another clip. All right. But yes, as it, going to Grim Village, come to find out a number of things. Ran back into Captain Colt Honeycutt from their old adventuring days. No, not that Colt Honeycutt. The other Colt Honeycutt that they're aware of. The Captain one, not the Captain one. Saying it out loud, it does sound more confusing than I made it out to be, doesn't it? Anyway, after spending an evening with Captain Colt Honeycutt, they had come to find that the town had been bought up in recent months. Many of the People before winter had kind of crested into the village, realized they wouldn't have enough food, preserves, money, or otherwise trade to survive the winter. It was looking to be one of the most harsh winters coming in from the White Wilds to the north. And of course, with that, many of them sought to sell the only thing they could to survive, being their property. TT Holdings buying up much of the village itself, and now owning and controlling interest in such things. I believe we ended our episode after talking to talking to the son of the Windlesons, the owners of Windcutters, talking to Harvey Windleson himself, and finding a bit more about the kind of economic stakes in the village at current. Many of the previous farmers, hunters, gatherers, etc., now kind of leaning into much of kind of a company lifestyle. A major company has come in, a multifaceted company, and is offering jobs for different various people, day laborers and the like. And as far as for Harvey, a business owner in the village, looks at it as if there's a chance that Grim Village could become a city one day, definitely something to look forward to on their part. They have heavy investment in the village, and it would make for good for them. I think that's where we ended there. So, in downtime, what you missed off camera, too hot for Twitch. It's really not that hot for Twitch. It's just a way to let people slowly roleplay instead of like putting them on the spot with a microphone and being like, "What's your favorite color?" Or for $1, tell me what 2 + 2 is. One of my favorite TikToks, by the way. If you ever look that up, there's a guy that walks around New York City with a microphone and asks very, very basic questions for $1, and many people fail. It's amazing.
Name any woman.
Yeah, name any woman. What? Harvey? No, that's not a woman. Those are some of my favorites. But yes, too hot for Twitch. In downtime, Morgan, accompanied by Celeste, of all people. What's going on there? Secret romance. I'ma ship it. So with that, the pair of them had made time after the Windcutters to find Morgan's old contact within the village of Eli. Speaking with Eli, catching him, Eli Jansen. Sorry for those of you taking notes. Does anyone take notes of the stream? I assume the players do, but if you're watching and you're taking notes, send me your notes. I'm curious what like third-party osmosis is going on, and then highlight all the parts where like the players didn't catch it. You know what I mean? That'd be interesting. Thanks, y'all.
Things we highlighted.
The whole thing, everything. Oh.
I'm just gonna link you.
Expensive. Highlighters are expensive.
Highlighters are expensive. That's fair.
Send me your notes too. I want to read them.
Send Celeste your notes.
Same.
Oh, Jay, we're just having a.
Can I copy your homework?
Can I copy your homework? Just change it so it looks different. So yes, after speaking with Eli Jansen over his morning tea, they discovered a number of things. To do a soft recap, and then I'll let Morgan tell me what her recap is. A soft recap is stuff changed in the village. I'm going to be very general to be a jerk. Stuff changed in the village. Eli no longer owns his tinkerer's shop and instead is employed by TT Holdings LLC. They, of course, discovered the identity of the person that they had already discovered. So I don't really think it's I don't think it is a discovery if you've rediscovered that Mr. Tuan is still the person who is behind TT Holdings. I know it's a big secret because TT's right in the front of the holdings part. And they discovered a number of small things that Morgan or Celeste can tell us what was discussed and what was learned from Eli this morning. Take it away.
Sorry, the way Celeste is looking at me right now.
I was sipping tea chillin', so wasn't me.
We did find out who owns TT Holdings LLC, and maybe I'm just actually brain dead, like actual potato brain, because I didn't know who owned it.
I mean, that happens.
So it's pretty interesting. Because like the people that we've met have only said TT Holdings, they haven't or TNT, whatever. They haven't like specified who owns it. And then Morgan asked about the Quicksilver Blade because Eli is her contact for basically a fence, basically black market stuff, or used to be anyway, and now an old friend. And got yelled at, basically, or chastised for being into occult stuff because the Quicksilver Blade is apparently very occult. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going back through it just to make sure that I'm clear.
That's all right. It's not a book report. It's what you feel like telling.
Yeah,
You
no,
do need a works cited page, though.
Yeah, we are going to need to have an F compendium. You have to note all your sources. If any of them are from Wikipedia, I will throw your paper out and grade it as an F for the semester.
I have one source. It's just an old man drinking some tea.
Dang, got him.
Mhm.
It sounds like a primary
done.
source to me.
Yeah, prior tenant. All right then. So yes, make a long story short, ask some questions of a fence. You did learn as well, to state it, that much like many of the other people who have stuck in Grim Village, Eli has decided to sell off his tinker shop, it's now a small factory for all the mechanical devices that are run within the casino, within the Field's Bounty. And primarily, Eli works as an individual of the staff of the Bounty to oversee development, repair, and maintenance on all of the mechanical devices that are said to be found within the Field's Bounty. After finishing their tea, Eli bid them farewell, locked the front of his beautiful white-stoned home, and made for the Field's Bounty to begin his workday. I believe Celeste mentioned after that you wanted to investigate the fields. Is that right? What fields do you want to investigate?
Yes, we wanted to go investigate the fields, but I've never been here, so the fields.
The fields, sure. There are. So I'll break it. I'm gonna do like the boop boop boop. So fields you would have seen walking around town. Basic general. Here's your fields, right? You had the ones where you first walked in. They were old farm homes that were each individual homes to a number of people who once called this place their home. Many of them have black score marks from when you walked into the city, and that's kind of what you've seen. There are fields that are towards the end of the resort that are now seemingly still under construction, as most things are. It seems like anything that is being built new is still halfway towards, if not like 75% of the way fully built. But anything that was kind of retrofitted, like we took this building and built on top of it and expanded it out, seems primarily done to an extent. But the fields that are by the resort now seem to be more of a botanical gardens. They still seemingly are built to provide food sources, plots of land in which various individuals possessed of druidic or clerical magic could raise grain, food, and otherwise in this once very mundane village, and effectively have a botanical garden kind of like pathway for people to visit. Another... How do you describe it? Another attraction to Grim Village is the nice way to put it. And then, of course, you have the small crop fields that sit between the river and the village itself, right around where our dear trading company used to be, where a number of the barracks and bunkers are. These are less professional fields, but they're fields that have been tilled by folks who used to be professional farmers that now work as day laborers for the holdings company. Many of these fields are kind of like personal gardens and small, like sub-quarter acre plots of land where you see various tomato, like small easy crops, tomatoes, peppers, small things like that. Which of those three would you like to investigate or have questions about?
So the field specifically that Celeste was not here for, that was burning.
Yes.
That specific field has already is still scorched, right? Or no?
Yeah, so it's actually it's not just one particular field. When the group, for those of you who have been watching since the beginning, hi, how are you doing, time travelers? You've been here forever. What's the one? I've been here the whole time. Welcome to Game Changer. So the thing that you've noticed is that while the last time the group was here, a single farmhouse was caught on fire, and they report, and they would have told you over last night, that there was an arsonist, a serial arsonist that was going around, and there were multiple reports of various farmland being burned in incremental sections of the village, right? As you all arrived in town, those nice opening heavy plots, huge tracts of land, have all now been burnt, to the point where even as the day laborers toil to dig up the earth and till it and try and kind of like roll the burnt ashes and umber back into the top, like from the topsoil back into what you would need to do to get life to start again, and kind of use that, use those ashes as a basis to regrow plants and foundation. Many of them are still working in that process because of the severity of the damage to the land. The land has been effectively, I could throw this one to JJ. The land's been shocked to a point that it hasn't settled yet, and will probably take quite a long time before it can bear fruit again.
They most likely need some sort of crop to add in nitrogen and all sorts of stuff with that kind of damage.
I love that at any given time, I can pass it to JJ for agriculture, or I can pass it for biology down to Orville. I just have a science husband and wife that play with me. And if I go, that thing I read about on Nat Geo, they'll be like, this exact term. And I'll go, thank you. That's good. It's fun to be a DM that has an approximate knowledge of many things, but general knowledge of not a lot at all. So yes, that is the current field state for those fields in the front of it. Questions, comments, concerns, Celeste?
I have none.
Yeah.
I guess we really wanted to go to the burned fields to go check that out again, but
Sure, that's fine. You can definitely do that.
okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. So the pair of you head to the south end of Grim Village, and you do look, and there are dozens, if not over 100 acres of farmland at one point that has now sat where there are heavy chunks that have been dug out from the side of the main road leading into the village. The road that kind of runs through all of Hunter's Reach is now under the purview of the scimitars. But leading up to this, you note there are very deep dig sites where a number of the folks who have already woken up, have already started their day before the sun came up, as many will do, have begun to pull out the root system underneath many of these farming fields and are looking to lay heavy concrete and stone foundations. Look at Grady. All right, sorry. So cute. He's a toothless bastard, but I love him. But yes, they've already turned up much of it, and many of them are now laying heavy wooden boards intermixed with concrete and various rudimentary stones, so they can rebuild a solid foundation where things won't sink or crumble into a burned field. And it looks like there are probably plans to make more housing and other types of shops to expand the village out, as many have rumored to be more of a city rather than a village.
Can I point out where we saw that figure
Of course.
running, like the general direction?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, but as you kind of walk the southern entrance to the city itself, the kind of main entrance from the south, Morgan very easily points out past where a very large farm home used to be, and crescent past that, you look and you can already see a bit of regression from the village, where a small crop of trees once stood. It's now been partially chopped away and cleared for lumber, but in that direction, leading towards the kind of the crux of the bend of the river itself. It kind of just sits now, and that's kind of where this individual retreated, up a hill and into the woods at the time. And now it's very sparse, if you were to call it woods, as it seems like many of the villagers and laborers have taken to chopping down local flora and fauna to create resources that they will need to rebuild this city. A city built on rock, but not a lot of roll yet.
Does that seem to be, just because I don't know where we are in reference on the map, does that seem to be in the direction of the, oh man, the scimitars?
The scimitars themselves? I'm going to try to zoom my map in as much as possible. All right. So I'm going to put it here. So for Grim Village, the difficult thing to know about the scimitars themselves is where their main base of operations is currently. You received hidden messages that you decoded in your very detective Sherlock Holmesian brain, and found that they are located somewhere for sure, but you don't really have a general idea of like this is exactly where they would be. You do roll insight though. That's how I'm going to do that one, so I can catch myself as I look at the DC I wrote for this a year ago. Pull up your old content, kids. Never throw anything out. Keep all your old journals and notebooks. You never know when inspiration may strike, or a player has a sudden interest in what you wrote.
It's an 18.
18. With an 18, you would surmise the following three things, right? Being both a paladin / detective / I don't know what. We got to figure out a third / wielder of giant teeth. Dentist? I don't know if that makes you a dentist. It'd be funny.
I guess they did take down all that candy, so...
You did take... Yeah, you could be...
With a tooth.
With a tooth.
Preventing cavities.
That's... that's very direct. We'll give it to you.
Also healing diabetes.
Subsequently healing child diabetes. Celeste, what a Mother Teresa. So you note the following three things. One, retreating from anyone who would be pursuing in this direction would be very advantageous for a person. You are forcing them to chase you uphill and through a forest is the first thing you would notice about that. Regardless of where their base is, tactically, it's probably a good idea. If you were to present this information to Kobold Jones, I could elaborate further, but that's more like war tactics, Sun Tzu, the art of war stuff, which is kind of Kobold Jones's wheelhouse. I don't want to encroach on people's area of expertise. That's why I always go to Orville for all my elf facts. 2, you would know that the other benefit is you are approaching a river. The river splits off in 3 different directions, meaning you could go north, south, or east along the river itself, providing another way for you to kind of throw off pursuers. So while, again, the direct idea might be to retreat back to home base, in this instance, especially from what Morgan has told you and what the rest of the Seekers of Galanti have informed you of, whoever this arsonist was, they were probably trying to make sure that they were never discovered as to their identity or who or what they were working for. It just seems like that would be the smart play. The third thing you note is that in retreating in this direction, it, again, opens the path up for them quite a bit. There's a lot of like military tactical things. The additional thing is it brings back the idea that it likely was an outside presence. Now, if that is true, that's one side of it. Or it could be that somebody was attempting to bring up the idea that they were not of the village. So it could be either side of that coin. But insight would avail you of those 3 like key facts about the direction this individual was running last year. Last year for us, inside of like half a year for y'all.
Well, one thing's for sure, Morgan, he's gone now. We're not going to find him. That's... Yep.
Yeah, I figured he wouldn't stick around.
All right, so I say we hang out here for another about, like, I don't know, 5 more minutes, and then we go back to the group and we tell them that we have solved it and we know who the arsonist was.
I mean, if you're confident enough in a name, sure. Or generalization of him. Or are you just gonna make one up?
I didn't think they would ask a name, if I'm being honest.
I think Vel's that kind of person.
Vel in the details. I don't understand what it is about the details.
I know, right? Really shouldn't matter, but
Like, I solved that puzzle. She didn't see it. I saw it. Her eyes are probably she should ask Orville to borrow his eyes, and then she would have saw it, and then we wouldn't be out here trying to solve this case from a year ago, you know?
I know, right? Man. You did really well with that puzzle. It's really good.
Thank you. Thanks. I feel like Buddy's the only one that saw my capabilities.
Not at all.
Do you think he was calling me stupid? I felt like at one point he was calling me stupid. Vel said that I was smart, though. So that's an up and up, right?
You think Buddy's calling you stupid?
Didn't he?
No. I don't think Buddy could call anybody stupid.
Man, I thought I was the mean one. Woo-wee!
Not that he's stupid, but
I
not
mean,
the-
have you heard him speak Elvish?
decent, yeah.
I can't, so he's clearly smarter than me.
Elvish is easy enough.
You can speak Elvish? Oh, of course you can. You're half elf. What am I saying? Okay, so which way is it again? Which way do we go from here?
You going back
You're
to the
gonna
group?
head
Or?
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the
Oh, okay.
We have nowhere else to go. Where am I gonna go? Investigate a field to die in? No. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Die in a field.
We could go investigate that water next to the field, next to the house that we stayed in.
Mm-hmm. You could.
We're gonna go do that.
Okay. All right. So you guys follow the river trail where this individual was fleeing from. Meanwhile, the group is standing outside of Windcutters being like, I thought they said they were going to be back after they talked to their
God.
friend.
Must be going really well. Probably getting a lot of information about what happened.
Yeah, definitely solving this. You see Bartholomew like looking over and be like, I don't think I've seen such determination in the eyes of Morgan and Celeste in some time. I feel really good about this. They're going to be like cold case detectives, like on that show Cold Case.
It's all right, guys. This
Sure.
has happened to me a few times with Celeste. She'll just disappear for a couple years and come back, and
Oh, is that?
Oh,
Carry
we're
on.
going to wait a couple of years then.
Couple
Well, I guess we
years?
should probably get a house.
Ooh! Why did they do that? No! Why? It's a stream within a stream. What did I do? Oh, I clicked my own box. Oops. That was me. Sorry. Sips coffee. It's a stream about a stream. How do we know when it's over? There we go.
yeah, we probably should go ahead and pitch in now before the market gets crazy.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Like, people start buying up houses, and then it gets really expensive to live in a place. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. You just can't afford it.
Think they have government assistance around here?
I don't know.
The TT Holding assistance likely is kind of the government at this point, don't you think?
I think so.
Do you think that I have good credit?
No, I don't.
What's
all of your
credit?
money got eaten. That's probably not great for your score.
Look, I mean, my fraud prevention team was slacking, and stuff happens. Okay,
I
I'm
was
sure if I plead enough and I say I'm a good boy, that it'll all smooth it over.
I was on the other side of town, Mr. Jones. I am very sorry for not being there to tell you to not get your money eaten. That's on me. I'm very sorry about that.
All right, well, don't let it happen again, because it might.
I will endeavor to do my best, sir. Do you need to borrow 5 gold?
Do you think that's enough for getting a loan?
No,
That'd be
but
enough collateral.
I think that's a start, and I could loan it to you for 27%.
I mean, that's less than half, so
Yeah, that's friend prices, Bartholomew reaches into his coin purse and pulls 5 gold pieces out and hands it to Cobalt Jones. There you go,
Thanks,
sir.
bud.
Of course, anytime. And if that doesn't get you the nicest little house, then I don't know what will.
I don't need much.
I just need somewhere to sit, and I can just wait out the years like that for a while, and then, we could just... I once knew a man who would stare up into the sky for hours at a time until the world had progressed enough for him to start moving again. It was a very interesting trick. Yes.
Huh.
Yes, he called it waiting.
So, should we all just stare up at the sky until they get back?
Oh, yes, Les.
Okay. Kobold will stare at this guy for 7 seconds.
A small grayed box shows up in Kobold and it says, "How long would you like to wait?" You can adjust the slider by hours.
The 7 seconds passing. All right, this shit sucks. All right, what are we doing now?
Quick save. As you guys decide what you want to do, Celeste and Morgan, you arrive at the river's edge, right like a stone's throw from the traveling company that you guys took residence in the night before. The river is crystal clear, beautiful, right in time for the new season.
Can I go over to the river and just kind of take it all in? Just gonna...
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you approach the edge of the river. Roll for take it all in.
Yep, got it. Solid 12.
Yep. You feel the breeze move through. You feel much of the... Let's switch this over here. You feel much of the sunlight gracing the back of your head in this early morning. There is the sound, the kind of rhythmic sound of hammers, mortar being mixed, people shouting at one another to kind of get measurements right, or things that echo from further down into the village proper. But in this serene edge of the river, there's peace that is found here. For as much industry is being built, the city being expanded, the village itself losing its kind of wholesome identity in the face of a large corporate machine, you feel at ease at the edge of this river.
See? Isn't this relaxing? Just taking in the river. Just a great day out. Not stressing about anything today.
It's pretty lovely.
Okay, so question. I've been thinking about this and it's kind of bothering me, and I was gonna ask about it last night. I think I might have. Can't remember. This cult guy. You guys described him a bit different last time than this guy. Who is this guy and who was that guy? Or are they the same guy?
I mean, I think that's the question. Colt was part of our party for quite a while. Obviously looks a little bit different, big red hobgoblin versus this other guy, but he tells us that our cult was that Lem guy, which I don't think any of us believe. But I'd like to try to figure out.
So, what happened to the other cult's body?
Cool. We... Well, he left us a note saying that he wanted to be burned. Fucking Elmo. Hooked over the worst time.
What happened to Colt Honeycutt? Elmo fire memes. That's what happened. The memes were so spicy, he exploded.
All I see is Belle do this.
It's just
I'm like,
fire. This is fire. This is rain. This is an explosion. And this is a train moving.
And these are spirit fingers.
Fingers. You gotta put them in your armpits first.
If you can't express something in jazz hands, you can't express it in any language.
That's true. It's true. The universal language of showmanship. I could tell you, but instead I could show you via interpretive dance. One day, there will be a mime NPC and I will have too much fun. Until then, you get this.
Okay, well, I guess speaking with him after he's gone is out of the question since you burned him.
Well, he was pretty dead. So. This episode's a mess.
We're gonna go back to the group. I can't anymore. I just can't. I can't.
I love the serene image of like Creekside. What happened to that cult guy? Well, he was pretty dead. So, like, Morgan just like haphazardly skipping a stone 22 times because her dex is absurd.
She doesn't do emotions, okay? She's very sad about Colt being dead, but she's like trying to be very precise so Celeste gets the best story. She knows what happened.
Morgan confirmed is the best worst person in a witness situation. He wore black leather
Listen, you'll
boots.
get the facts.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be very black and white, okay?
There's a word for that. It's sociopath.
It's sociopath. Today's word is sociopath. Elmo don't like sociopath.
That's probably pretty accurate.
All right. The pair of you return to the group as Kobold Jones completes his 7-second waiting montage. And then says, "This is for the birds," and you both come back into view off camera. Bartholomew.
Yeah, there's several birds.
Oh, we done waiting? Oh, what? Usually I just complete quiet. If anyone comes by me, I try to go, "Hello, stranger." And if they say something to me again, I go, "Hello, stranger," until they eventually just leave me alone.
Pretty good method. I thought Jones wanted to talk about those birds over there.
Oh, they're
Checks
birds.
out. Birds? Wait, we probably shouldn't talk about birds, guys.
Why not?
It's a
What's this?
it's a trigger.
For who?
A very particular type, and the fact that you're bringing it up is making it closer to being properly brought up.
Very confused.
I'll thumb over to JJ. Like,
It's if I eat them.
Oh,
Eat-
right, the egg thing.
It's I don't know if it's like all chicken or chicken.
I think the
or
first time,
bird.
didn't you just chase after something?
No, I ate an egg. I ate one of the goose eggs.
Oh.
That was the first thing.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes.
And then I ate a normal egg, and it also was a problem. By the way, I might want to let y'all know, every single time that I turn, into big me, I kind of feel myself slipping a little bit. Just wanted to let y'all know.
Take out a glove and, like, dangle it. Anytime you want to try and find answers. Really worked for me.
Yeah,
No,
last time it was really good.
I personally, JJ, if you allow me, I don't think that magic is the solution here. Sometimes I like to picture myself as a much bigger version of myself that I can escape into in times of crises. Like, this is just your best friend and fellow mate Bartholomew, but then in my head, when you're like, "Go stab that scary clown thing," I turn into Super Bartholomew, and then regular weak me just retreats inside the mindscape of my own palace. But nothing can hurt me there. Mostly filled with books.
It sounds to me like both of you have a lot of unresolved trauma. We'll have
What?
to sit
I know
down and
that
go over
song.
this later.
The only problem with
I am a
letting
therapist,
go,
after all.
Oh,
He is a doctor too.
he's a doctor.
How many
and a
doctorates
therapist.
do you have? Or do you think that being a doctor of one thing makes you a doctor of all things?
No, I don't have a doctorate. It's like the opposite of someone who's a doctor of accounting. They got the paper for it, but they don't have any doctoring skills. I don't have the paper for it, but I have all the doctoring skills.
I think that just makes you a con man.
No, it doesn't, because I make results happen, okay? I get out there, I do what I need to do, I pull myself up by the bootstraps, sever off an arm, and, continue with my day.
That is how dwarves solve things.
That is.
There's an arm.
It is true. Ain't it? Yeah, buddy. I just want to let you know the problem with me letting go just means I might chomp on one of y'all.
Oh.
So that's the problem. That's why I wanted to give y'all the heads up. I'm not meaning. I, cognizant JJ, am not meaning to chomp on any of y'all.
So, like, this is you're being, like, not hypothetically, you're being, like, literal that you're going to turn to a big monster person.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I just want to let y'all know, maybe give me, like, a bonk on the head or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Can I
All I got is
can
a
I
short
nudge
back.
Celeste?
What do you want to
You
try and
certainly
do
can
about
nudge
it?
Celeste.
I'm just gonna nudge her and just whisper and be like, "You thought he called you stupid? Look at this."
They're all chaos. Just to utter chaos. Look at these shitheads all together in a circle rambling about birds and whether or not they could handle each other going into chaos circle. JJ's over here gonna fucking go wild in a minute. And Belle, I don't know what she's talking about. What is she talking about? Bootstraps? The doors?
No idea.
I don't get it. I don't get this.
Mm-mm.
We
Me
should
either.
just go back to we should go back to the river and just chill there the rest of the day.
It does sound nice, but
We're
we
going
should
down by the
probably-
river.
What? No. Not us.
River
What
sounds
river?
lovely. What?
What?
I hear there's
Wanna
a
go
big fellow
fishing?
with the suit down there.
Yeah.
Wait, is that George?
What?
There's a big fellow with a suit down by the river, and the only other person I can think of around here who have a suit is George.
Lives in the
Mm.
wagon down by the river.
Oh, yes. I wasn't aware of anyone who lives down by the river. But I have
didn't-
heard that's
I
where
didn't see
naughty
anybody.
children end up.
Oh,
Happens
we
a
didn't
lot-
see anybody there, so
Oh.
that's you guys are
I guess this person's moved then.
yeah.
Right then. So have you solved the case you were after? Or information? Visiting a friend. What was the lie you gave us?
Huh? What lie?
Yes.
A lie.
I
did visit
don't
a friend.
lie, buddy. Do I look like a liar to you? Do I look stupid to you?
No?
Yeah, buddy.
What did I do?
There's a lot of attitude going on right now.
don't
Everyone,
know.
let's just take a moment and look at the sky.
Why?
Serene.
Just be careful. A bird
Calm
doesn't
down.
shit in your eye.
Whoa,
That could happen.
Oh,
is that what birds do?
wait.
Okay, you've got a lot going on right now. I can see you're worried about abstract concerns. Did something happen in your little day out?
Morning.
Yes. It did.
What happened?
Nothing. We couldn't find a single clue. Nothing happened. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then we went to the river, and there was nobody there. I went and looked at the water. It was crystal clear. Nothing was in it either. I'm never going to solve this case now. Do you know what that's like? To see the answers right in front of you, but you just can't connect the dots. It's almost like a riddle on a map that you hold to the sun, and then there it is, all the answers. But then you can never piece the rest together. Do you know what that's like, Bill? It's terrible.
I feel like there's a lot of projecting coming out from you, Celeste, and I just want you to know I support you. He puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, "You're doing a great job."
I'm going to hug Buddy.
Ah! Does the hands up, don't shoot thing again? I'm not touching anyone, I swear. It's okay. You're going to be a great detective one day, and everyone will know it. I guess. Very weird.
You're gonna solve that case.
So
Yeah.
that's not everything can be solved as swiftly as what you did earlier with the papers, which was very impressive. You shouldn't get disheartened just because this one's taking a bit longer. There's still many people to talk to and leads to look into.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, guys. No, yeah. Let me just, she's gonna whip out a notebook. Okay. Maybe we should go into this casino. Jones, you should probably stay outside because I know it's against your religion to take your, inside. So, let's investigate.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm gonna dance back around to one of the things that was brought up there. Seriously, JJ, if you decide you want to try and figure yourself out sometime, I think we're all here for you, whatever you need.
Yeah, no, I get it. I do appreciate it. I think I will wait until we're like somewhere that I know that we're absolutely safe. Because not gonna lie, I'm still a little wary of this place. It's really strange now. But maybe if we like get settled somewhere and like, yeah, I promise I will give it a go. Because I was there when it worked for you, so. I will put belief that it might help me.
As someone who was also there for Miss Velethil, might I suggest like a padded room where we can be safely behind maybe 5 to 10 inches of solid steel? And guards. Lots of guards.
I think that's a good idea too.
I think specifically for me, that's a very good idea when people continue to use these things.
Alright then, shall we go to the casino?
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Bartholomew having nearly died from Vel's encounter. Just like, please, for the love of the Weavers. Is Celeste okay?
Yeah, she thought she heard the cat screaming.
Better question,
Oh,
is
no.
Grady okay?
Grady's fine.
Oh, thank goodness, okay.
It was George,
I
a
was-
cat. I don't
oh,
know.
it was
He was
George.
like screaming, maybe. I don't know.
Wow, from one
Was
George
it him?
to another.
I don't think it was him. I think it was the gremlins outside.
Oh, fair. There's gremlins
It was a
outside.
wild cat trying to make me its mommy.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
So I have, in my office, I have an outward-facing door that leads to my backyard. And I made the mistake one day of throwing out, like, old, stale food, like the cat food, out there. Because I was replacing it all with the new stuff, because my vet recommended this, like, better for, like, dietary reasons. So now they all just hang out in that backyard. I talked about the cat before. If you show up to our Twitch streams, you'll know the story about the pregnant cat. But if you're on YouTube, you'll never know, because it's cut content. Cutting room floor, cut for time. All right, so who's heading where? What are we doing? I heard go to the casino. I heard I have weapons and bah humbug. I'm not checking them. What's the play, guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to see?
Which I think you nailed it.
I have such sights to show you. Here's a box. Tell me what to do with it.
I think it's casino time.
Casino time? Okay. Kobold Jones, are you going to check your weapons at the counter, or are you sticking out? Nah.
Sticking out.
All right, where do you want to hang out while everyone's spending their day at this casino?
I don't know. Somewhere where I'm not going to be like in trouble for loitering.
Oh, that's a rough one. There's like one thing to do in town. I mean, you could go back to the trading company and kind of just hang out there with Captain Colt Honeycutt, if you'd like.
Like in the honey hole?
Yeah, you could go hang out at the Honey Hole.
No, I'm good. I think that might turn into a fight.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
I'll pop a squat near the casino, maybe.
Okay.
Is there like an alleyway I can just be kind of like shady and?
There's a botanical
down.
gardens you could go to that you don't have to check your weapons for.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going there then. We're
Yeah.
smelling all the flowers.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll cut to that after we go for this for the other 5 folks. So you guys, I'm assuming everyone hands piles of weapons and belts and swords and knives and magical armaments to Kobold Jones before rolling out. Yeah. Good. All right. Kobold Jones, you have bags and satchels and backpacks. After having nothing for weeks, now you've got everything.
Got it all. It's just like before I gave away all my weapons.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. For the rest of you, you make for the front door. You again see a rather dapper, suited, and well-dressed orc individual with polished tusks just peeking out under the bottom lip. Looks you all over with a yawn, holding what looks like a large mug and kind of like top to it, like a thermos. Is sipping it. You can see steam coming out of the top of it and goes, "Oh, good morning."
Good morning.
Help you folks. I think I remember you from last night.
Yeah, we took a trip around the village. I guess we wanted to check out the casino now.
Very good. We'll just need to pay your cover. That's all right. If you're
Sure.
looking for that. For the morning, he looks and like checks his clipboard. He goes, yeah, we're asking for 5 gold per person for the morning. But once you're in for the day until you have to come back in.
Morgan, I'll pay it.
All right. Morgan, you pay out 25 gold pieces to enter into this casino and resort. Among doing so, you pay out. Norman counts the coins real quick, puts it into into like this, like not a purse, but it's like a side satchel where like you can see a bunch of coins are being kept. Looks you all over and goes, all right, and pulls out a small bit of like this like colored ribbon, and peels off a part and says, I just need to see everyone's wrists. Goes and walks up to you, Celeste, and ties this like bright blue ribbon around there. Walks up JJ, bright blue ribbon. Walks up Morgan, bright blue ribbon. Orville, bright blue ribbon. Vel, bright blue ribbon around your wrists. Norman looks you all over and goes, all right, so we definitely don't want no trouble inside of the casino. So what you'll need to do is just be on your best behavior. There's fun, games, drinks, various forms of entertainment within the bounty itself. That ribbon both serves as proof that you have paid and as well that you are keeping on your best of manners in the event that you attempt to utilize any type of, shall we say, magical ability at either the tables to charm or otherwise impersonate a member of staff or get into a fight. I want to let you know that ribbon will catch on fire and alert guard presences that you are in fact the ones who had caused such trouble. Simply a precautionary measure. Once you're outside of the boundaries of the bounty, you can simply remove it with any type of standard dagger or knife. Should cut right through it, almost like ribbon. All right. Lastly, we do want you to sign a small waiver. And pulls out again from the small bag a big thing of like paper, like a one-sheeter. And you look at it, like looking it over. It is a liability waiver in the event that you go bankrupt, are injured on the premises, stumble and fall, trip or cause accidents, that the TT Holdings company is not liable for anything that may or may not happen on casino premises. That is not the direct result of one of their employees or anything to do with their actual company. So if you slip and fall, they don't want to be sued for it. He kind of hands out a large kind of quilled pen to you guys. Just sign the bottom line, please. Celeste.
I'm going to read over this in all its fine print to make sure there's no soul sucking here.
Sure. Yeah, you look it over. Anything you want to do other than just with your eyes?
To look over the papers for soul sucking.
For soul sucking?
With true sight.
True sight. You look over the paper you look into the ethereal of this paper. It is non-magical paper. It is just legalese to make sure they don't get in trouble.
I'm gonna hold to the light for invisible ink.
You hold to the light for invisible ink. You do look and you see in ink in this paper that's revealed from the light, much in the way from before. For this, that the liability waiver is a registered trademark of TT Holdings LLC, and it's at the bottom right corner.
Oh, very nice paper. Good fontage too, and she's gonna sign.
Sign it, no problem there. Hands it over. JJ, Morgan, Orville, Vel, everyone good? All right. You all sign your names. He looks it all over. He goes, everything seems to be in order. Have yourselves a great stay at the Field's Bounty. He goes and opens the two front doors and kind of welcomes you into an open hall. Immediately, you can smell smoke pouring out of this place. Heavy drenches of cigarette tobacco smoke, and various other like plumages of both kind of not like a candle smell, but like sprays and things of that nature. If you've ever been inside of any beautiful Las Vegas casino or the Hard Rock, you probably know exactly the smell I'm talking about. Or if you're in Florida, the Derby Lane Poker Room, not a sponsorship, it just smells like tobacco in there all the time. But yes, as you all approach in, let's go ahead and we're going to switch this to that.
Well, one thing.
Yes.
Just want to turn and check with Bartholomew, who wasn't paid for, and ask him if he wants to come in or if he wants to go hang out with Jones.
Bartholomew looks you all over and goes, what, Mr. Jones is by himself, angrily carrying all of the weapons, going to pretend. No, you know what? And he reaches into his purse and pulls out 5 gold and hands it to Norman. Because I've got that covered. No worries. It'd be a shame if I couldn't afford that. And then looks over the paperwork and signs it. And you see like beautiful, heavy calligraphy for Bartholomew's name. And goes, there we go. I did dash the I. Can I do this over again? He's like, I think that'll be fine. He goes, all right. I could redo the I. All right, never mind. It's fine. And goes and like gets his wristband and is like, all right. And looks over and there's still a floating greatsword behind him and goes, just go away somewhere. And the sword flies up into the air and disappears above the clouds. So there we go. All safe and good. And walks into the casino with the rest of you. With that, we change the music a little bit. We switch up the scene. There are no windows or any types of visible, like outward natural light in this place. There are various ever-burning torches that line the various area, but primarily you continue to hear the kind of like beats of music being played and echoing throughout this bottom floor of the Field's Bounty. You smell that smoke-drenched air. The walls themselves are coated in what appears to be some type of like colorful paper, denoting a lovely kind of like almost like marbling to it. Where once was like a kind of a run-down, almost Western frontiers pub, has now been completely redecorated. Heavy tiles line the floor, and you can see long rows. Let's see if I can do this right. You can see long rows, boop-a-doop-a-doo, I think this is the one, boop, of mechanical machines that emanate from both light and sound. The rattling, the placements of it, various individuals who are more well-dressed than the townsfolk and day laborers sit in front of these light boxes and mechanical devices, pulling on long, slotted arms, and you see a number of rolling dials, as very much so, it would appear from what Morgan had kind of heard about, that Eli has helped with the creation and maintenance of slot machines. As you all walk in, you see a number of people feeding silver, gold, and copper coins into these machines, pulling on the long handles and watching reels spin. Some people grumbling about their luck, others going, oh, I almost got it, and going from there. As you all saunter in, armor-clad as you are, the doors close behind you, and you see a number of individuals, both seemingly of the village itself, and those who are very well-dressed, and like either orcish, half-orcish, and various small races such as gnome and halfling, kind of wander the various corridors, a number of very well-dressed and elegant-looking half-elven individuals are dressed in fine blacks and whites, carrying trays and serving drinks, as well as foodstuffs to those who are currently investing themselves along the mechanical gambling apparati. As you all make your way through the grounds of the first floor, you do note that this entire first floor is primarily a small stage to the western side that denotes a band currently live playing and their music being fed throughout the rest of the facility. Rows upon rows of these mechanical slot devices, and again, well-dressed individuals all kind of just enjoying the day. A heavy bar runs along the east end that used to be the bar of Sam, now completely redecorated with beautiful, loving tiles, all with both like a kind of marbling blue and white pattern that kind of crescents over the edge of it. A number of half-orcan bartenders seem to kind of predominantly take place in making drinks. A big change to this, the center of the room now holds a grand and beautiful staircase leading up to the second floor and seems to kind of curtail itself around to feed itself into the floor proper and provide as much floor space up above. You do hear music emanating from up there as well. Seekers Galante, welcome to the Fields Bounty Casino. What would you like to do?
Is there like a greeter or attendant kind of near the entrance here then?
You would assume the greeter or attendant would have been Norm at the door. But looking around, there are any number of both half-elven and orcish individuals that you could stop for either drinks or a question if you need to.
Can I find a slot machine next to a gnome and sit down and play a slot machine?
Sure. You go ahead and give me there's enough people here. It depends what you want. You see a gnomish man sat with a bucket full of copper coins in front of a small like 1 copper slot. And then you see a gnomish gal who hair is kind of curled up. She's wearing a kind of a fur over her shoulders, and she is presently feeding silver coins into the slots by her. Which of the two would you like to venture towards?
The copper one.
Copper one? All right. You see this kind of like older, skin-torn man sat in front of this heavy machine. He's licking his lips every so often that seem chapped and dried, and he pulls out a heavy silver coin, feeds it into the top of the machine, and you hear it, and ends, and you just see him go, oh, well, darn it, oh. And you sit down next to him, he goes, oh, good day to you, and slides his copper coins to the far side away from you.
Hi. Can I?
Can you what?
Can I just put a token in the slot machine and try my luck at it?
Sure, easy enough to do. So what I want you to do is you put 1 copper coin in the top of the slot. I need you to roll me 3d6 and tell me the results in order. That's right. The guy who gambles a lot made gambling games for D&D. Why? I was bored.
While she rolls that, could JJ also sit down at one of these lovely light machines?
Sure. Do you want to go copper, silver, or gold? There are rows for each.
Ooh, then before that, can she go find some sort of conversion person because she needs to turn her electrum?
Oh, gee. Very expensive coins. Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. Celeste, what do we get?
1, 2, and 5.
1, 2, and 5. You see the first one, and it looks like a flower. The second one, 2, looks like a hoe. Third one, looks like a sword. You hear, burp, burp. Nothing happens. Goes,
Oh man.
well, you stay at it a while. I've been here for couple hours. You'll get it. Just keeps feeding copper coins to the machine and pulling. JJ, you head off to find like a coin counter.
Yeah.
All right. You look around. Primarily, there's just the bar and the kind of like base of what you find. But at the bar itself, when asking about it, one of the bartenders looks you over and goes, "You're looking for a converter? What do you mean?"
Yeah, I have these strange coins, or these typical coins that I'd like to just switch into copper so I could hit the machines.
They look you over. You show them one of the coins. They look at it and goes, "Copper, silver, gold, ma'am. We don't handle with any type of weird currencies."
Oh, okay. Could I just exchange this gold piece for a set of copper?
Yeah, you can do that. They take a copper coin from you. You see them count it all out. They hand you 100 copper pieces.
Yo.
They slide it to you in a small little tin. They go, "There you go." And it's like
Thank
nice
you.
rows.
Great, thank you so much.
Yep, we got slots down here. Card tables are second floor. Third floor is the club, so you feel free to go up there. If you need to rent a room, you got to go up to the third floor. You can book any of the suites for the evening.
We got some sort of job offer in the mail. Who would we talk to about that?
Job offer. If you're going to want to talk to jobs, you're going to want to go up to probably the third floor. Ask for, you won't have to ask for them. Just go find George. They'll get you taken care of.
Okay, right. George, thank you so much. I do appreciate all your help.
Yeah, of course. Have yourself a bountiful harvest.
Thank you.
You see someone elbow him and he goes, "I remembered this time. Look at that." I start cleaning glasses. Yeah, you have a small collection of copper coins. You head back to the group. Celeste, you turn back and JJ has 100 copper just sitting.
Whoa! How'd you get all of them?
I just switched to gold for a copper. I figured your fella there he's playing probably a lot more games than I could play with a single gold. So, do you want some?
JJ,
Yes, Miss Vel.
I remember a topic of discussion coming up with a certain card game a while ago.
Yeah, I'll be
And
okay.
If you want anyone to hold your coins for you,
I'll hold them for you. I got you. I'll be your buddy. We can gamble together.
I would suggest Bartholomew.
As you say,
Ooh.
you go, as you go, I would suggest Bartholomew. You hear tunk tunk tunk, and Bartholomew sat at one of the silver slots. You see him roll 3, 4, 5, and he goes tunk tunk, brr, 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 and it spits out 15 silver. He goes, "Oh, I did a thing."
Oh my God, you're already winning. All right, I gotta do this.
Goes and he takes his silver and puts it in his pocket. Just, "I like this place a lot."
Miss Vel, I did ask the bartender, where I exchanged my coin, where we could find the Mr. George fella, and he says he's up on floor 3.
All right then, that's good to know.
Who cares? Buddy just fucking hit the jackpot. At this rate, we're gonna be rich by the end of the night. We won't have to do this stuff anymore.
Oh no, I didn't hit the jackpot.
Wait. 15 silver.
Yeah,
I mean, for that machine, didn't you?
yeah.
That's
You
good.
see, the silver ones you can put 3 whole coins in. It increases your chances to win more. So I got so a straight, and he points, and it's 3 in a row. So rules of the game, so you're aware. A straight,
Yeah, I've never gambled. I have no
it's fine,
idea.
It's fine. Any dice. So when you're rolling your 3d6 for this game, for this slot machine, any dice that result in a 1, 2, 3, or an escalation. So 3, 4, 5, whatever it might be on a d6, right? So 2, 3, 4, any of that stuff. Which buddy rolled a 3, 4, 5. Pays out 5 times your bet. Copper machines, you can only put 1 copper in at a time. Silver machines, you can put up to 3 copper. And gold machines, you can put up to 10 gold per pull, if you'd like. There are also platinum machines, but when looking around, you know there's only 4 platinum machines in the whole place. It does say ask for assistance next to those machines. If you roll 3 of whatever a single number would be on your d6s, you instead get paid out 10 times of whatever the result would have been. So you'd earn 10 copper, you'd earn upwards of 30 silver, whatever it might be in that instance. However, if you roll 6, 6, 6, you don't win anything. Instead, you enter into the bonus game. If you happen to enter into one of the bonus games on these machines, we'll let you know how that works. Why? Because your boy been playing too much Yakuza, and I was like, that's a great idea for Pachinko. Why don't slots have that?
What's the value of putting in the extra coins?
So it's a multiplier. So much like actual real gambling, hi folks, you can bet the minimum at any machine. So if you go to a silver machine, you don't have to put 3 coins in. You can put 1 coin, 2 coin, 3 coins. But if you get a straight, it's just a times 5 multiplier or a times 10 multiplier. So you'll earn a minimum of 5 silver or a maximum of 15, a minimum of 30 silver, or sorry, minimum of 10 silver or a maximum of 30 silver. Just how those machines work. Putting more coins in means you earn more of your bet. Same with card games. But with that, it is difficult to win a number of these machines. Bartholomew puts another silver in.
I'm going to the gold machine.
Go to the gold machine, she said.
Let's go.
All right. Bartholomew loses a silver and says, oh, darn it. So close. Look at that little skull. Wanted it. You head over to one of the gold machines. You look over this machine, and it's literally called Golden Pick. And it looks like there's a small gnomish individual at the top of the machine that's mechanical, holding up a miner's pick, and there's a big fake piece of mechanical gold on the other side. You can put up to 10 gold into the machine for a single pull.
Oh, do the straights work in reverse?
Yeah, it's any straight. So it's front or back.
I just wasn't sure. That was like the one detail that I realized there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put 3 gold in.
You put 3 gold in?
Uh-huh.
You go chink, chink, chink. You feel it clicking. It goes boop, boop, boop. You pull the handle. You hear it start rolling, and for the gold ones, you hear, "There's gold in them there hills," and you see it raise its pickaxe and start moving this pickaxe. Go ahead and roll your first d6.
Two.
Second d6.
Three.
Okay, you see a rock. Your second one, you see a stick of dynamite. Third one.
A 4.
You see a little gold nugget. The little mechanical gnome starts going, tick. Hold on. Takes 2 steps forward. Tick. Takes 2 steps forward. Hits the side of the little like fake nugget of gold. And you hear this like bring, bring, bring. And tumbling out of the machine is 15 gold pieces. He goes, I knew there was gold. And then it slowly goes, you hear this like rattling sound that's like, and the little gnome slides to the other end of the machine and just seems like frozen again. But it's like a little mechanical device at the top of this machine.
Oh, he's so cute. Okay, all right. Now that I won, I think I'm ready to take this serious.
Bartholomew's sitting there, goes, yeah, I'll be there, and I'm just gonna, no, you're right, we should take this seriously. And stands up and has their like 14 remaining silver and pockets it and gets up and goes, we should do what we came here for. What did we come here for again?
I mean, there's no harm in playing a few games if you want. We have plenty of time
Yes!
to speak to...
Thanks, Val!
Celeste runs off back to the gold machine.
Gigi's gonna hop on down too.
Copper machine starts feeding a copper in at a time. Bartholomew looks to the three of you remaining. Goes, no, I will resist. I will resist the call of gambling. Morgan, you're really good at perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, as Bartholomew says this, he pulls out 2 gold coins and just kind of like rolls them down his pant leg. At the bottom of his boot, you see a very small rodent grab both coins, look up, and he kind of just slowly like looks up and goes, and you see Charles make for the bar.
Can I, is he watching Charles right now?
There's a moment where he kind of like back to like Queen's Royal Guard, like completely there, but then like Charles like rounds the corner and almost falls over holding 2 coins over its head, and he's like, oh shit, oh, yes, we should go and not gamble at all.
While that's happening, can I sleight of hand a platinum in front of him?
Like just in front of him or out of his coin? He doesn't have platinum in his coin purse.
Like on the ground, like.
Oh, like drop
no,
on the
like
ground?
my platinum. Yeah.
Oh, you like drop on the ground?
Yeah. Like
yeah,
his dream.
Yeah, go ahead and drop. Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check. We'll do that. Meanwhile, JJ, ding, ding, ding.
It's a 15.
A 15. All right. You like nonchalantly just like drop a platinum piece. Bartholomew just keeps his attention on you. His passive is less than 15. He doesn't even notice you do it. You're too skilled to get him to notice.
Hey, buddy, did you drop that? Is that is that yours?
Looks down and there's a platinum piece and there's like math in his brain. It was I do believe in the rule of finders keepers. I don't think that's mine, but if no one else wants it, I will totally take that.
It is all yours.
Should we report it to the front, you think?
No.
Okay. And like gingerly leans over and picks up a platinum piece and goes, want to split it?
That's all you, buddy. Have a great time.
Score. He goes, Charles, wait a second! It's over the back of it.
I'm gonna head over to Celeste and plunk a gold in next to her.
You plunk a gold in. Just gambling happening.
Mm-hmm.
Orville and Vel.
I want to go check out that platinum machine.
Oh, Jesus.
Vel was gonna get a drink and then go check out the platinum machine.
Right.
I'll have Orville go then. Let's go.
We'll split up here as gambling is occurring. This will be stuff to do in downtime, so we'll do all the rolls and stuff then. That way people aren't like honking it up. If you're rolling now, awesome. Just check yourself. I trust everyone here. We'll do... So, Vel, you go for a drink. It's all like mixed drinks for the most part. A couple of very strong ales. But you... Go ahead and give me a... What's your passive insight? That's what I need to know. The one thing no one ever asks for.
Passive insight is not too high. It would be just an 11, I think.
An 11? Okay. Yeah. What is Vel's drink of choice? Or as a close approximation of. They do apologize when you do go to order a drink, as they hand you the menu. At the bottom of the menu are 3 different moonshines that are all listed as various types of lightning. And they say, we do apologize, but these are currently sold out. We're waiting on our distributor to get in touch with us.
Oh, well, that's quite all right. Normally go for some wine, but I was curious what sort of mixed drinks you had. Some kind of...
They show you, and it's like
Martini, apple teeny. What's that?
We could do that. And goes and they go back a little while later. Do produce a bright green apple teeny that's made out of a very strange kind of like vodka mixer. That's mostly a potato vodka, but you know what it is. Yeah. So they hand that over to you. They will tell you it's 2 silver pieces for that drink because A, you're on a resort. B, you're in a casino, and C, it's a mixed drink. They're just going to charge you over the coals for it.
I tip 4 copper.
4 copper pieces? All right. They look it over and go, oh, thank you, ma'am. If you need anything, you just let us know here, and we'll get you taken care of at the bar.
Oh, thank you so much.
They slide you. They take it. They thank you. You see them put all 4 copper coins in like the tip bucket, and then they start kind of like wiping down the bar. Orville, you make a beeline since we haven't described this machine. We'll go to it first. You look it over, and it says like, "Please ask for assistance." You look, and there is an orc, a full-blooded orc in what is only like a black vest, short sleeve, but with like gold cufflinks that are like these like kind of like gold bracelets that have like small little like diamonds in them. As you walk up, kind of looks you over, stops at your shoes, and goes, "I like those bees."
Why, thank you, sir. They buzz when I get running really fast.
Oh,
Kind of cool.
definitely. You find yourself in front of the platinum rollers. You trying to make a fortune, son?
I could see it, yeah.
All right. Looks you over
that
once
one's
again.
Nice and shiny.
Thank you. And like, gives you once over and goes, all right. And unclips like a little like roped off section for one of the platinum machines. Goes, go hop up there, kid.
How much does each machine take here? I'd have to go to my coin purse real quick.
Yeah, he points out the machine. You look it over, and it's called the Platinum Phoenix. At the top of the machine is what looks like a amalgamation of an egg, that is like kind of like volcanic in nature. And he tells you, he goes, minimum bet on this machine is 5 platinum pieces. Maximum bet is 50 platinum pieces.
All right. I will be back in just a moment from going into my coin purse, my associate here.
It's a little
I'll be
rich
right
for your
back,
blood,
bro.
my man. I understand.
No, I'll be back in just a moment.
All right. I'll wait for the buzzing. You head off. Who do you go
Where's
on to
that?
find?
I'm trying to find Belle. She's got the bag of holding.
Oh, he re-clicks it. You do note as you're walking away, he reaches behind this like small counter and produces what looks like a small bottle of water and a rag, and immediately starts wiping down and like shellacking this like beautiful, nice padded cushion you sat on before you were told what the minimum bet was. And he's kind of like, don't worry, spick and span. Goes from there. You return to Vel, who is now sipping an Appletini and slowly making her way towards the Platinum Phoenix.
Hey, Vale.
Hello.
So them big shiny machines start at 5 platinum piece, go all the way up to 50 platinum for one of them pulls.
Rich.
Oh yeah. I think I might have a little fun with it. But I would need to go into that yonder bag right there, get my coin, if you don't mind.
Oh, certainly.
Or we'll go in and fish out 100 plat.
100 platinum pieces.
Oh yeah.
Easily done.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Val just follows you back over to watch at
Yep.
this time.
Again, Vel, you see this well-dressed, kind of like, again, like big muscled like arms are out, but still like gold, like cufflinks in a way that are, again, they're like gold bracelets that have cufflinks at the end of them. It's very like a weird look, but they also have like rings on their fingers and look you over and go, oh, I had to get a girl to give you good luck. Like your style, kid.
Why? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple
And,
dice games up on the
he'll-
second floor. You'd like that too.
Are there card games
I
up
do.
there too?
Card games as well. We're recently opening up tables, I hear, for some new competitive type game as well. Some we found bit in Ravon, back where we're from.
I think I might have heard of that one.
So what can we do? He unhooks the little rope, like little velvet rope, and lets you hop back up on the nicely new oiled seat. Goes, there you go, sir.
We're just gripping and ripping 10 plat at a time.
Just 10 platter in the machine.
You got this, Or. You got this.
Shook, shook. All right, 3d6. We'll roll one at a time. Gripping
Oh,
and
God,
ripping
okay.
10 plat.
Oh yeah. 5,
5 to start.
3,
We're off to a bad start.
2. Yeah, oh yeah. 5, 3, 2.
You see it come through. As the rollers start going, the little phoenix egg at the top of the machine starts rattling and shaking, and you start hearing this like boom, 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 as the rollers like ding, 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 and it sounds like you're at a volcano for a moment, and then it goes. You hear. Nothing happens after that. Just the sound of a chicken. He goes, oh,
I love it.
sorry about that, friend. Happens to the best of us. You might get it next time,
I'll
though.
get it next time.
Yeah. You put the next 10 in?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we're going until this 100 is either gone or we
right.
we hit big.
So what I'll ask... So
We can do that off cam.
Yeah, for the sake of time, write down now what you want to have gambled in this, and throughout the week, we'll do all your guys' rolls. So if you want a set amount of money that you would have been spending at this casino part, we'll set it aside, and then we'll run the mini games off camera. We are at 8:48, so I think that awards us a 5-minute break for everyone here, right? I think so. Yeah, that seems good. So we're going to go for 5-minute break. We'll be back at, let's do 8:50. We're switching 8:54. We'll do that because it just switched over. So yeah, stick here for more Second Wake. We'll be back right after the break. Peace in a bit. Hey, how you doing, guys? Welcome back after the break. It's me, KZ, and those are the Seekers. I like the idea that I can say like it's me, KZ, because it makes me sound like KG from Jack Black, which is always cool. Yeah, KG, Cable, Jables, never mind, Rage Cage. Anyway, so hi, yeah, thank you for sticking with us after the break. For everyone who did so, we certainly appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, awesome, thank you. Leave a comment, subscribe. Follow, ring the bell. I don't know. Don't ring the bell. It's always on Tuesday nights. Usually Tuesday night I have the thing up. But we of course thank you for sticking with us. Our level 20 characters here on Twitch, staying with us live, putting in the midnight oil for probably about another hour, and that's how that goes on Mondays. So yeah, as usual, I will remind folks if you are interested in the chat thing, we have 2 ongoing community challenges. They have impact. Maybe not always directly or right away, but they do have long-lasting effects on the game. If those are things you are interested in to making happen, that's the thing to spend your community points on. Or you can suggest games or other things for the channels. All of them are pretty self-descriptive, except for the community challenges themselves. I think I am playing a neo-noir chicken game on Friday from Shabby Penguin, so check that out. I already picked it up. I have no idea what it's about, but the screenshots look pretty dope. Alright, when we last left our heroes, they began gambling, as all good heroes do, except for one of us. As the group sets about playing various arcade, slot machines, and the like, Cobble Jones, you find yourself outside a very beautiful open garden. A number of people who seem to be sitting there with large, what looks like almost comically long glasses, sipping out of a long kind of wooded bamboo straw, find themselves sat around various avenues of this beautiful botanical garden, and where once again was probably like a home garden or like kind of a rarity. You're seeing beautiful flowers having been displayed. A number of individuals wander the garden itself, dressed in bright green suits, and every so often you see them kind of like lazily cast their hand over the flowers, and blooming seems to erupt. From what we can tell, they probably are part of the holdings company, and with that they are groundkeepers, more than likely.
So, right now, Jones is overcome by religious ecstasy with all these magic weapons. He just doesn't know what to do with himself.
Of course.
He's got Bane. I think he's got the staff, probably.
Yep.
He's got Celeste, or no, that was Celeste sword. The stamina sword. What is it? The sweat sword.
Yeah.
She still has that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my axe. So yeah. We're seeing Jesus right now.
Deep within your religious conflux of weapons, you can hear in your head, We could kill all these people right now. I just assume, yeah, when you're a weapon nut, yeah, you just have all your weapons tucked into a backpack, and you're holding like the two most, like the staff, I assume, and like your sword or your axe.
Yeah, it'd be my axe.
Yeah,
for sure, and then the staff. Yeah, make sure that doesn't get out of my grip.
Yeah, a few of the locals and folks that are in this area kind of like just stare you down and go, "Morning, friend." Like suck down alcohol.
He can't even talk right now. He just like stares at him, and then just like walks away.
Full sociopath. Just like,
just like, yeah, he's having a. He's like ascending right now.
Full
He's reached Nirvana. So, yeah, he's on cloud 9. He's glowing.
Mhm.
His steps are light, and he's like only half taking in everything that's around there.
Gotcha.
He just kind of walk around aimlessly.
Yeah.
Until someone comes to find him, I think, or something happens, I guess.
Sure. As you're wandering the botanical gardens, it's a beautiful sight. Go ahead and just roll me. We're gonna do a luck check. So go ahead and roll me just a D100. It's a what happened check. Chance to have something happen to you. Chance it. Everyone else is gambling. Why not you?
Suddenly a unicorn walks by.
Suddenly, the most magnificent unicorn. Got it.
So I'm terrible at these.
Okay.
I never remember how to read them. So
Okay.
I got a 10 on the D100,
Mhm.
and then a 2. So
Okay,
is that 12?
That's a 12. So a 1 and a 0, and then a 2 on the other one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got a 12. 12% chance. So, on that roll, you hear a number of people tucked behind one of the exhibits for these large kind of man-eating plants that are behind this kind of like this like iron rot area. At first you don't realize where the voices are coming from, but you do look and you see there's a very small kind of like access path. You start overhearing a conversation regarding money being owed, but you only are picking up very small pieces of it. Would you care to investigate that further? Grady says no.
We're gonna.
Grady said no. No, you're not. No, Dad. You're not doing that.
Yeah, I'll go try to like eavesdrop a little bit.
Grady bark again because he's not supposed to.
I'm gonna walk towards it like I don't know where I'm going. I'm just aimlessly walking.
Sure. Yeah, the stealth is kind of pitched because you're in 1,000,000 pounds of armor and weapons. But you do kind of like wander up to the area looking around and whatever. You go ahead and give me a perception check to see how much of this you overhear.
17.
17. You kind of put an ear to the wind. You start walking along this path. Your armor kind of like shunking in and out for a bit, but there's enough kind of like natural noise in the area with the snapping of these man-eating plants that you begin to hear this kind of like, I do believe we were promised money for our services rendered, and those favors will not soon be forgotten. As you round the bend, you look, and in this kind of small corner with a very short reading bench, you note a tiefling man in a very well-dressed kind of like business suit. He's rather tall. His suit is a bit of like a faded brown or bronze, like kind of like almost like a lawyered suit. You'd kind of wear like a pantsuit a bit. Is that right to say it? Yeah, like brown beiges and things like that sort. Has heavy set curled horns up over the top of his head. And is currently speaking to an individual dressed in what looks like a kind of like a suit jacket with a small vest and a name tag on, befitting those of the employees of the resort and casino. As you kind of like stumble in, the tiefling whirls around and looks you over, stares down at you from his position, and looks to you and goes, "Got turned around in the in the garden, did you, friend?"
I don't know where I'm at.
It happens all the time. There's a member of staff that'd be more than happy to help you, I think. You see this individual kind of like look around and then slowly stand up and go, yes, if we could, I would escort you back. Maybe we get you one of our mixed drinks.
All right.
Very good, sir. Right this way. And goes and like leads you out from behind this area. The tiefling kind of like just stares at you, adjusts his tie, and like has this very wide, crooked smile. And then you are escorted out to like a nice little drink cart area.
As we're like getting kind of away, I'll be like, "You good, bro?"
The employee looks to you and goes, "Oh, yes, I'm quite good.
Blink
Hey.
twice if you're in danger.
If I wink, does that resolve the blinking?" He winks once. I think I'm good.
Insight check.
Sure.
I want to see if he feels like he's coerced, which I'm sure he is. But
Yeah, go right ahead.
oh, it's a nat 1.
Okay. He gets a.
It is for a 7.
He gets a
but-
nat 3. But you have a feeling that, like, I'm going to say because you're Kobold Jones, only because you're Kobold Jones. If he had rolled well, if you had rolled well, I feel like you still wouldn't believe him regardless. So I'm just going to call the old Kobold Jones result, which is whatever you believe to be true is probably true in this instance to Kobold Jones.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let's get you a drink. You know what? And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a long slip of paper. He goes, here's a couple vouchers, first rounds on the casino.
Oh yeah, I can't go in there.
No, you can redeem them right here at this drink cart. And points over, and you see there are two like human men that are both sitting out there. They're both wearing like colorful berets and like short sleeved vests with no undershirt, and both of them are kind of shredded, and they're both kind of like with like mixed cocktail shakers. They go, "Hello, friend. Have a seat. Get you whatever you need to wet your whistle."
Okay, so I'll take the vouchers,
Mhm.
and then I'll pull out my little flask thing.
Yep.
Like, yeah, no, I'm good, but I'll hold on to these. Thank you.
Hey.
And I'll start sipping my like shitty sake.
the company employee looks to you and goes, suit yourself then. Have yourself a good day, sir. And taps you on the shoulder and then starts walking away.
I'll give him like a little neck flex as he like touches my armor. Like, yeah, you too.
Yeah. Money.
Like Hulk Hogan him or something. Like kind of like.
Oh yeah, I'm tough guy. Yeah, that's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, because he's like trying to look all shredded, but you know he ain't 20 strength kobold shredded.
No, oh, you're talking about the two drink cart guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, they're
Oh, they didn't touch me. The other
They
guy
did. Yeah, it's the attendant kind of just like
Okay.
taps.
All right,
He's
I'm
like,
not
"All right."
gonna scare him.
All right.
Workers' rights, you know.
Yeah, the two that are making drinks are not physically strong. They're just like show muscles. Like they diet very well and exercise. Like they're doing ab crunches in the morning and at night. That's how they're getting their body.
All right. I'll that guy's safe, so I'll just keep walking around,
All right,
smelling the flowers.
walking around. We cut back to inside the casino. Some folks are richer, some are poorer. Tune in next week to find out who hit it big and who's hitting rock bottom. Thank you. When it comes to that, you all reconvene after an indeterminate amount of time gambling, as you do. You see Bartholomew looking around. He might be happy, he might be sad, we don't know. Charles, always grumpy, on his shoulder. But you guys all meet up and effectively reconvene as Bartholomew kind of opens up and goes, "Oh, okay, so, that was fun. What did we come in here for again?"
We're going to speak to George, I believe it was.
George. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm down for that. Need to get Charles out of here. He's very bad influence. You look at and like Charles is like sitting there just like on Bartholomew's shoulder. He's like, yeah, no, he's terrible. He put this cigar in my hand. Made me order alcohol. Terrible.
Yes, awful.
Yes, everyone's got mixed drinks. as you look at him, he goes, "No, that's a lie. I don't know why I lied there. I ordered these things. They're fun. I miss smoking and drinking, and it's all good. I'm sorry, Charles." Charles goes, "Yeah, it's fine." Charles hasn't drank at all.
It's all fine in moderation.
Yes, of course. Goes and like puts out his cigar and puts his glass on this any serving tray nearby and is like, all right, I'm good. And then Celeste pulls out an entire bottle of wine and begins to pour herself a drink. And Bartholomew goes, maybe I shouldn't have been putting my drink down. I didn't realize it was wine time. Darn it. If you do win a bunch of copper and silver, I'm marking off a bottle of wine from your character. It's the bottle Celeste won at the casino.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Fair.
All right, then. So after gambling, at least on this bottom floor, because there's more gambling here, where do you guys want to head to? The second floor is card games, dice games, and a bit more entertainment. And then the third floor is actually like a club.
To the
What?
club.
To the club!
Yeah, we'll pass through the second floor to get there and see what its deal is. I probably want to do a little bit of card gaming with Belle, but that'll probably be in downtime as well.
All right, fair enough.
Ditto. Is there canasta on the second floor?
No, because Canasta infuriates me for trying to figure out when betting rounds happen, so I will never run D&D Canasta. I'm sorry.
All right.
Now
That's
about
okay. I mean-
Elven Mahjong.
Nope, also Mahjong. Don't understand its made-up rules. I'm sorry, people who like Mahjong. I will make you wager money over chess before I bring up Mahjong. Like, don't give me the frowny faces either. It doesn't. I'm immune to it. Okay, nieces and nephews. That don't work here. Some of those games are just really difficult to understand how they work in the bet, and they're like, oh, but you got the rising tiger kitten, and like, so that pays out better than this hand, and I'm like, you played 5 tiles. I don't understand how this works. Some of these are auto wins. It's a lot of rules. All right, that's my fault. I need to go buy that what's it called, Clubhouse Games on the Switch, so I can learn how to play all the other countries' games. I'm really bad at them. All right. So, you head up to the second floor. Big grand staircase. You note the staircase continues to twist and turn up to reach to a third floor. Looking at the second floor itself, you do note much of the same. Large, kind of like open areas for tables. You note various types of card games being played, blackjack, poker, the kind of tried and true. A lot of the even like 3-Dragon Ante from more standard Dungeons and Dragons games. But a fair collection of card games. You do see dice games being played and rolled, and even roulette in certain areas is being played. It looks like most of the table games are on the second floor. You do look in the back area, and there are still people working with like a big curtain, but you can kind of see a little bit through it. It's kind of like a shimmering curtain, not like a blocking one. And there are people setting up tables for what you assume to be a certain Collected Conquest sort of game. That is making its own kind of poker room on the second floor as it's getting more introduced to the local economy. There are a number of bars on the second floor as well. And you look and there are a bit more people who seem a little bit less friendly than the machines. A number of folks that would probably work as supervisors, pit bosses, and individuals that would be ensured that things are working according to plan. As well, on the second floor, you note on the auxiliary walls a number of kind of like patterned doors that seem to exit on every which side of the actual gambling floor. You look and these are most likely rentable rooms and small villa rooms that can be purchased for a number of people. You do catch in just a few like moments you watch the area a small dwarven couple entering into one of these doors, and you look and it seems as if from even the glance there's a much larger room behind these doors before they exit and the door closes behind them. You all exit up to the third area, is that correct? All right. In the third area, you continue to hear much of the same as well. The music kind of dies down from standard jazz and plentiful. I think I have it here. If I have it queued, I don't have it queued up. That's my fault.
Did the dwarven couple look recognizable?
Recognizable? Not sure you would recognize them particularly. Is there someone in particular you're looking for?
Nope.
Nope. Just folks on vacation, just having fun, hanging out.
Oh, that's Susie and her husband Jeff.
Jeff is great. Everyone knows Susie and Jeff, right?
Yeah, they were down on the slot machines earlier.
Good old Susie and Jeff.
The most dwarven names that were ever dwarfed.
Mm-hmm. There we go. And we'll switch to that. So, you begin to hear kind of like a... I can't do it with vocals, can I? Oh, I thought I had it. I thought this was no vocals. You ruined me! Alright, well, the power of imagination. We'll stick with the other track we had. I don't get destroyed. You begin to hear kind of a dull jazz singer pulled in. You begin to hear a number of kind of like soft piano keys played about. As you enter into the third floor, the lights are low. Candles sit on various tables. There are tables that are set up in a manner that are long, kind of like covered silk tables with heavy set beautiful poles that run from the table up to the ceiling. There are a number of very scantily clad men and women that stand on various tables and softly sashay side to side, while other folks enjoy various types of show. You look on the main stage, and there are people that are typically one at a time. A person on the piano, another person taking up singing to the kind of the open area. The temperature in this third floor is much lower. There's like a coldness that grips you, and you look and you can see on the far end of the room a heavy chunk of ice that runs west to east on the far end and is an actual ice bar. You see a pair of dwarves hacking away at chunks of ice in the bar and putting it into glasses, turning it around, shaking various high-end top shelf alcohol. And you, as you all approach weapons and armor, richer or poorer, we'll determine next week, you look about and you note that there is a very heavily reduced guard presence here. Most people tend to be smoking, heavily drinking. Food is being provided, and you can see there's a small area of double doors of which food continues to come in and out of the kitchen. Mostly small finger foods, hors d'oeuvres, and kind of fancied type meals that you would expect from more of the high end and high society. As you approach and kind of like enter into this area, you do look, and there's a small kind of greeter station, and a podium is set up, and you see a shorter looking woman, green skin. Looks to be some type of like a hobgoblin, and she has her hair pulled back into kind of a messy bun and a jacket befitting kind of the area that's this kind of like heavy looking furred coat. She looks you all over and she goes, "Oh, table for 5? Or were you looking to rent rooms for the evening?"
We're actually here to speak with George.
"Oh, with George, of course." And she looks around and she goes, and she does the lean like at her station and then points over in a direction. You look and you see a rather tall, about 6'2", 6'3", gentleman with long kind of like skunk gray and white hair in a beautiful like gold jacket, and is currently talking with a number of people, but you see the back of them. She goes, "That'd be them over there."
Do we want to also get a table or anything? And I looked at the group.
But
Oh, sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I was just saying, maybe figure out what this individual wants, and then we take in dinner. But if we're already sitting and making orders, it'd be hard to catch them, I assume.
It's true. Just pretty nice place. Let's go have a chat.
All right, so making a beeline for George? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, we have Orville shoes, so that is possible.
Making the beeline. All right, so as you all make your way here we go. Move it here. For this large kind of orcish individual, you see them kind of talking, and you kind of hear like muffled, but as you approach, the clanging of the armor, the sounds of you kind of like turn them in your direction, and you see this individual. kind of turn and greet you, clad with heavy tusks coming from their lower lip, gold adorned in pieces of platinum, their hands adorned nearly every finger in a ring of some make or model. And as you turn, kind of like raise a finger and they turn to kind of look to you, they produce a very large feathered fan. You see this individual. Oh no, not the whole world, just this. Oop. So yeah, you see this kind of like posh looking orc, hand on their hip, and they feather and go, well now, it is ever so interesting to find a group as beautiful as I behold right here. Greetings and salutations, my good people. My name is George Creedy, and friends call me Georgie. I do hope you and I can be friends.
Well, ain't it a pleasure to meet y'all?
Oh, tell me the truth, and I will say it as it is. The pleasure is all mine, darling. Now, I would assume by your dress, your demeanor. Don't tell me, but I have a thing for description. A tall thing. You see George kind of like immediately take a step forward and look Bartholomew up and down. He goes, tall glasses of water that might need a bit of a refill. You all are surely those folks I done heard on the radio? The Seekers of Gulani?
Suppose our reputation precedes us.
Oh, indeed it does, you creature of the evening yourself. Now, tell me, what is a group of 5 strong-willed and powerful adventurers doing in my humble establishment?
Can I just say before the stream is messed up.
No! What happened?
You just moved the borders.
Oh,
They're
did I?
just-
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Boop. And we'll shrink it. Boop. There we
Okay,
go.
sorry.
Fixed it. No, good. Thank you for letting me know. I wouldn't have noticed. Wham!
Well, we've so far found ourselves enjoying your fine establishment here.
Oh.
But we received a request for some service from, I believe, Mr. TT themselves.
Oh, Mr. TT himself. Well, now that is just ever so good of you to make haste on that proposal. I do think we put it in a couple of days ago. Situations might have changed, but surely you'll want to speak to the big man himself. After all, I'm just the manager of this fine establishment. In control of it, but overall, I find myself drawn ever so closely to the 5 powerful men. And as he says this, kind of reaches out and lightly taps the front of Bartholomew's chest, who immediately just kind of like, takes like a full step back. He goes,
If only Jones were here.
That is curious. I had been told you all traveled with a remarkable young man of strong will, back, and rippling muscles. What, by the name of Occult Honeycutt?
Apparently he died. Burned.
Oh,
Well, my.
yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away
Oh, goodness.
as a result of some stuff we ran into, and he elected to have his body burned. But Miss Lady Gulanti is starting a scholarship in his honor.
Oh, well, isn't that just so good? It's always the good men that find themselves at the other end of burning passions. Such a shame we couldn't meet so I could put a face to the stories I've gone to bed over a few times. Well, tell me then, you just here for business then, lady?
I'm sorry. You said your last name was Creedy?
That is correct. Perhaps you've heard of my family?
I think so. Morgan, didn't we meet a Creedy previously?
Well,
Really don't know.
I'll say this much. If, perhaps, hypothetically, you'd met another Creedy, I'm sure you
Hypothetically?
would have been met with nothing but positive reviews. Family's known far and wide for being the utmost welcoming type of folks we can be.
I think I remember now. Quite welcoming.
Oh, that is ever so good to hear.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Right then. Might I get you all fine heroes a table at our little club here at the top? Or should I escort you instead to TT's beautiful little office?
I'm
What do
sorry.
you say, everyone? We could have a little bit more rest and relaxation, get a good meal before we go to our meeting, or we want to hurry along?
You know, lunch might be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to savor these delicious moments when you have them. Very well then. I will set you up with a table for 5 then, or perhaps do you need to fetch your missing member?
Actually, maybe we should just take the meeting now then. Because otherwise, Jones will be outside waiting.
That is the little issue. We have a member, one Kobold Jones, a very stubborn-willed individual. He is very attached to his blades and swords, so the weapon check really didn't work for him. He's waiting outside.
Well, that is...
It's against his religion to give up his weapon.
Oh,
That
it's
is
a
his excuse.
religious thing. Of course it is. Well, he could always check his items, and we'd be more than happy to look over such things at his behest.
I think it's a sentimental religious thing. He just can't let it go.
Oh, that is so difficult to hear, a man who doesn't know when to just let it go. I will tell you this then, my newfound friends. Why don't we order dinner out, and we can meet on the veranda. Beautiful little place in the garden right next door.
That'd be very accommodating.
Sounds great.
Very good. What does
So
your...
kind of you.
Well, it is but the hospitality of the good Creedy name, my dear. Don't tell me. You're short, handsome, beautiful scars and muscles. You're Orville, if I am not mistaken, ain't you?
You are most certainly not mistaken, sir.
Oh, it is ever so good to meet your acquaintance. I've heard such good
Likewise,
things.
likewise.
Mm-hmm. I do hope your upset stomach has been rectified, though. I heard there was a messy ordeal involving that. We prayed for your quick recovery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all right.
That's good to hear. Such a shame when it happens to the pretty ones. All right, then. I will send for your man, Mr. Kobold Jones, was it?
Yes.
I am unfamiliar with such, but certainly we will find him if need be. I'll send a few individuals. And you see, they kind of like turn, and George kind of like snaps their fingers a bit. You see 2 like very heavy-looking orcish individuals in black suits. He goes, "There's a boy who's been lost, covered in weapons, armor, no doubt, who finds himself roaming through my gardens. If you could kindly extend a invitation to come meet with their friends out on the veranda, I would greatly appreciate that." And you see the pair of them kind of look and go, "Yes, sir, Mr. Grady. Yes, sir, Mr. Grady." And they go and walk down. Yep. I hate that Mr. Grady. Ugh, comes with the gender. And goes and turns back and looks at the rest and goes, "While we are waiting, might we make our departure from these darkened bit of mood? Something more pleasant out on the afternoon?"
Certainly.
Very well. Right this way. And George kind of like leads you all through. In doing so, kind of like gives a bit of like a, almost like a parade wave to a few people who are sat along tables, stopping every so often, checking up on people and be like, "Oh, good to see you. I hope you're enjoying your vacation." Keeps going through and like stopping, kisses either side of certain people's faces. "It's so good to see you here. I will be available just in a few more moments. I have a bit of pressing business to take on." And finally reaches all the way to the far end and finds a door, pulls out from underneath the front of their coat a ring of keys. Passes one, passes two, passes three, takes it, fits it into the lock and kind of like pushes it forward a bit. You hear clicking and a rolling and opens it. And it leads out onto like an open veranda. It is like a nice area. Before long, a kind of, you start noticing like this kind of like illusory, almost solid, but yet still kind of like ghosty set of stairs runs down from the top of the building into the gardens themselves. A table is already dressed and prepared, sitting what looks like up to 10 people. But as George kind of like beckons you out and goes, "Please make yourselves at home, and I will ensure that everything is well taken care of and maintained for you while we await for your fellow individual."
Thank you so much.
Of course. "And drinks will be along right away." And you see them kind of like point and wave a finger at someone from inside. And sooner than later, a woman comes out dressed in like kind of like revealing like short crew cut attire and like a short skirt. But has like a pen and paper, like a quill and paper, to kind of take down drink orders and get you started. George looks to you all and goes, "I'm just gonna go and freshen up for a moment. I'll be right back. I should be back just as your man arrives, if that is quite all right. I do apologize for having to excuse myself, but I do need to check on a number of parties that I have not yet said goodbye for yet."
Yeah, one quick question before you go. Do you prefer to go by George or Georgie?
Well, as I said, my name is George, but friends do call me Georgie. So if you and I are to be friends, ma'am, I do hope you'd call me Georgie.
Okay, Georgie. See you in a few.
Of course. I'll see you soon. Stay beautiful. And goes and like shuts the door behind him. You hear cutscene. Kobold Jones, two tall orcs in black suits show up on you and go, "Excuse me, sir. Mightn't you be a..." Looks to his friend. Looks back at you. "Jones of the Kobold Variety?
Yeah.
We'd greatly appreciate if you would kindly come with us, sir."
All right.
Very good. One kind of leads you further into the gardens. The other one flanks behind you. They kind of like walk in marching order with you. Eventually, you round the bend to this very elegant-looking, kind of like faded, illusionary staircase. They go, "On up there, sir. Have yourself a good one. Mind your manners."
All right. Thank you. And then I'll just go up the stairs.
Yeah, you walk up. They work like normal stairs. The moment that you've reached the top, you hear a soft bell chime, and the stairs disappear, and a railing refits itself onto this like beautiful open-aired area. All your friends are sat around a long table, and as you arrive, the door swings back open. You see this kind of like lavish orc. You note the under eye, kind of like gold speckled and yellowing makeup underneath has been reapplied. A lot of their kind of like powders and settings have all been redone, and even their tusks look a little bit more polished than when you first encountered them this morning. They walk back and go, "Oh, and with this, our fine-looking group is all together. Please, Mr. Jones, was it?
Yeah, Kobold.
Kobold, Mr. Kobold, if you could have yourself a seat. It is ever so good to be meeting you. I am George Creedy, but friends call me Georgie."
All right. Well, nice to meet you, George. I'll sit down next to Celeste.
"Nice to meet you, Kobold." George kind of rounds the bend, and goes through and sits down at the kind of rounded table. Your drinks are all provided you. Any alcoholic beverage you guys want effectively is provided free of charge. A heavy thing of water is sat, and a small order of what look like kind of like fried vegetable rolls, and a collection of deviled eggs are provided out. And they were like, "Sorry, this is what we have in the kitchen for lunch, unless you wanted to order something more solid."
There aren't any more deviled eggs.
Oh, she looks back. The deviled egg tray is gone, and you see George kind of look at the woman, and go, "Now, Hildy, it is awfully rude manners to run out of food when guests are attending. This young man can eat. This beautiful, brightly scaled individual definitely has a hungrious appetite. I don't want to see that plate empty again, if you could." She goes, "Yes, Mr. Creedy, of course, Mr. Creedy." He goes, "Again, Georgie is fine, darling." And she goes, "Yes, Georgie." And dashes off, and inside of about 5 minutes, comes right back out the door with 4 trays of deviled eggs, like enough for like a party platter of deviled eggs, and sets them out. And he goes, "Now look at that. That is some well-thought meaning. Mr. Kobold, I do apologize for the rudeness that you had to wait for these deviled eggs, my good sir."
No, yeah, it's all good.
Oh.
And then I'm not going to eat any more at all.
That's good. That's completely fine.
DM, as Hilda makes an exit to go back to the kitchen, can I make a perception check on the tray to check it for tooth marks from Kobold Jones just going ham on the first platter of deviled eggs? See if he bit through it at all?
There aren't tooth marks. There are claw marks, because he is wearing dwarven stone plate mail. So his big, heavy metaled fingers are definitely denting that plate with scrapes.
No, I definitely hungry hippoed it. Just,
oh, are you gonna hungry? Okay, then yeah, definitely. There's like huge teeth marks and dragging across the. I didn't know how cartoon Kobold Jones is being. That's my fault.
Maximum.
I was half expecting him to just fold it into a taco and funnel it in.
But yeah, the tray is damaged, but there doesn't seem to be any grievance paid for that. You look around and you see Georgie kind of look to you and go, "So, it is so very rare these days that we come across and the modern folk can sit and, well, have a nice meal with heroes of the land. I've heard innumerable tale about many of you, and certainly I must say, first and foremost, I am a fan of all that you all are doing. Personally requested your services myself."
Well, that is very appreciated to hear that we have fans that want us to help. I would love to actually hear a tale that you could tell, because I've heard it from some of the people of this fine little town that is evolving so quickly, but I haven't actually gotten to hear a perspective of someone who's come in to raise up something so small into what looks like something so grand now.
Oh, well, that is just ever so kind of you. To call it a town, rather than the little mud hole it currently is. You flatter me ever so much, and I do thank you for it. So that I'm not mistaken, because I'm not the best when it comes to ears. You would be Velithil?
I would be. And please, Georgie, you may call me Vel.
Oh, how about that? Friends we are, fast and true. So that would make you Miss Morgan, is that right?
That is correct.
Very good. Now, I don't want to discuss messy business before I do address the question on the table from Ms. Vel. However, I do find it to be a matter most pressing at this current juncture. Miss Morgan, if you could please refrain from any outward acts of violence against myself, my staff, or any of our kind compatriots here within the roof of my business, I would be ever so thankful for you.
It's a reasonable request.
Thank you
I
so much.
will refrain.
And we'll...
Georgie, what would make you ask of such a request of Morgan?
Oh my goodness, I do apologize. I had recognized that both you and Mr. Kobold were a bit new on the uptake, as it were, but there are numerous stories about the strength, guile, and ferocity of this beautiful young maiden in front of us right here. I heard she even slew a boss of the Fey realm, murdered him in cold blood, and fancied herself the cleaner, wiping clean what things the Ravon government would rather not deal with.
Wait, is that why they call you the cleaner? I thought it was because you were just like really clean all the time.
Oh, she does clean up from what I've heard. Apologies if I've overstepped your grandiose history of violence, ma'am.
No, I think it's cool.
Oh, well, how about that?
No, that's like you slayed like a boss, like
Ran
how
him
big?
through with a log large enough to crush a villa.
I didn't even know you could lift a log. Celeste is gonna scoot a little bit closer to Morgan. You didn't tell me that.
Celeste, I will absolutely explain the full story later.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
I like whispered that to her.
Oh, okay. You like lean over and whisper to her?
Yeah.
Goes, oh, yes. Well, I do thank you for your restraint, as it were. I do, of course, have, I believe, you and your team to thank for a small matter of a southern tower that a number of poor individuals are stuck in as well. So I do hope you and I can be considered friendly, Miss Morgan.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm ever so joyed to be hearing that. Your question, Vel, was that of prosperity in this small little town, as you said?
Yes, and what brought you and amazing opportunities here? It's been so lightly inked out, I've heard, of course, traveling here, but I wanted to hear it from, well, the source. How this all came to be.
Oh, well, you do give me so much credit in calling me the source. I've been called the receiver, but never the source. I have very much enjoyed myself, or rather fancied myself, as the strongest right hand a man might ever know. As he says this, he looks Bartholomew up and down. Bartholomew's like, these deviled eggs are amazing. He's like eating them. He goes, But when Mr. Tontuan needs an individual to set up shop and be there for the people, I'm usually the first one he sends for. I've been working with him and his organization now for, well, the better part of 10 years, I'd give or take. But I've never yet to let him down, no matter what the task or ask might be. Truly, it is through his prosperity that we find ourselves here today. His funding and connections have brought us all far here to the west, so we might share in a little Eastern hospitality.
And the opportunity that brought you all here was, how fruitive the land was?
Well, I can't say fruitive. I would rather express myself to say that, well, the land was cheap. We had been looking, or rather, Mr. Tarn had been looking for quite some time for a new area that he could build up and make something out of nothing. Truly, he is a man possessed of a discerning eye and powerful drive to see things exist where yet nothing has been built. I'm sure you can understand that yourselves. What with your gallivanting tales all across Ravon.
Yes. It is good to build up from that where there was so little.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting living around here and having such an unknown player arrive to change things. What was my brain right now? The TT entrepreneur, back where you came from. How did it all start?
Oh, goodness, I will have to say, at least at this juncture, it started long before I got involved, of course, as you can imagine. I'm more of a people pleaser of sorts. When it comes to the grand scheme of business, I just happen to know the right words to say to the right people, so that at least opportunity presents itself in the most enjoyable of situations. But from what I know of his holding company, it was established deep to the east. And when I say deep, I mean deeper than the steam fields themselves. Right within Thalk and Ulgorek City, Mr. Thwan often found his, shall we say, fortunes within the control and subtle purchasing of much of the lands of the Orsinian Hills. In doing so, he established a number of fantastic little chain operations, many of which he would rent the land out to those of enterprise and opportunities and collect a fair portion of what he was able to provide those folks. Many would say he tamed the East, and I would not argue that one moment at all.
Really impressive.
Oh, truly a more impressive man. A fine stature you will never meet as long as you draw breath, my dear Vel. But I do forget myself in that. Tell me, you've come to respond to a job, is that right?
Yes, we had a great number of requests, as you can not be too surprised by. Curiosity and traveling through the area brought us here, and I recall it being for a rather extended period, which, depending upon the circumstances, may or may not be of interest to us in the end, but we would like to know more.
Well, of course. I mean, I can arrange a small meeting for you to see the boss right away. Would be no small thing at all between friends to ensure that your request is expedited. As you are quite aware, he is a busy, busy man.
Well, is there anything you could tell us about it before meeting? It was a bit vague, guarding work sites and whatnot.
Well, yes.
Seems a bit mundane.
Mundane indeed, I'm sure, but we had run into a number of troubles along the path of setting this fine village up to be a town worthy of such a moniker. And in doing so, there were complications at work sites. Number of workers abandoning their posts, individuals going missing in the dead of night. Honestly, when we started, there were quite a few complications that have since rooted themselves out. You'll have to speak to the man himself to work out the particulars, but please, take of our hospitality. Drink your fill, eat until you are stuffed. And then, when you are at your best, let us talk of matters of business and get you in front of the person who makes such choices. No rush, my dear heroes.
Georgie, if I may be so bold as to ask, how does the King of Ravon feel about TT Holdings?
The King of Ravon? Well, I do suppose you all don't really get the news out here, do you?
I suppose not.
Darn shame. The previous King of Ravon has abdicated his throne due to a unresolved illness from what I'm made aware of, but the currently crowned prince has long counted himself a friend of Mr. Thornton. And in that there were a number of concessions that had to be made. After all, for many generations, individuals of my homeland were often far too bestial, aggressive, and defensive to have any human king rule over them. But a business opportunity is one we don't truly ever look the other way on, and you can say that deal again was brokered by my employer. As I said earlier, the man who tamed the East and brought it to heel underneath the Ravon crown itself.
So you don't foresee any issues with Iskander?
Issues with Iskander? Please, now. The beautiful thing about the dwarven culture and that of their newly allied Duragarian people is that they are honorable. Is that they are, adorable. And truly, they would never wage an open war about a financial dispute regarding land or territory. They have no claim to this little village, and we're doing nothing but improving the lives of everyone from here to their little mountain. Besides, in the wake of their little civil war, I'm not sure that they really have the time to worry about such matters outside of their domain. It's a shame, really. Folks just are so quick to hate each other for the most rudimentary of reasons.
So, you and TT Holdings are only working with the king because you want to benefit from it.
Working
right?
with the king to benefit from it. When you say it that way, I don't believe I ever got your name. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm Celeste, Georgie. It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Celeste. 1,000 apologies for being ever so rude to you. Now, I would say to your inquiry that, truthfully, does anyone ever do anything without a benefit for themselves in some way, shape, or form? Why, your Miss Vell had just disclosed to me that there was a consideration that our request might be ignored if it doesn't befit the needs of your group and truly what you need for the folks you answer to. We're much in the same way, TT and I. We just want to help folks along the way. Put a little coin in some pockets that have previously had holes in them. Look after our own and make sure that everyone has a livelihood. And if that is something to question or have concerns about, then I would have to turn the question onto you for your character. Are you someone who truly can see people suffering in the cold of winter with not but 2 pieces of grain to eat and feed their children, and turn a shoulder to them because it doesn't benefit you at the end of the day? I should hope not.
I guess let me rephrase.
Please do.
I'm Team Creedy,
Hmm.
but not necessarily Team King Ravon.
Oh, that's quite alright in that sense. Again, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I don't have to bend to a king unless I so please myself to do so.
I think that answers my question, Georgie. Thank you.
You are ever so welcome, Celeste. Mightn't y'all have anything else you might be needing before we get you that audience with the boss?
I had a bit of curiosity.
Oh, then let it out like you are a cat. I should hope you not get killed for it.
As we were traveling our way up here, we came to find a little group of brigands, scimitars as they call themselves, tolling the roads now. Does
Oh, yes, that
that
little...
have any impact on you all here?
Well, it is a bit of a club of individuals that have displaced themselves, both of the village here and of a organization that has apparently been a brotherhood for some quite long time. Our shipping has definitely taken a hit from, well, the southern city of Deerwood itself, but being that many of our imports do come from the far east of Ravon proper, there's been little interaction with these... goodness, the word for it, the group is the swords, is that what you said? Scimitars, that's right.
Yes.
Very good. We pay them much and no mind. We understand they are a bit of a criminal element, but they are also individuals that seem to busy themselves with hunting number of the dangerous beasts around the area. As of yet, we've had no real reason to interact with them. Their leader had come to speak some many months ago regarding a potential for an opportunity here, but we turned them away. You wouldn't believe the stench that rolls off their leather armor. I think they cure it in piss.
Yes. They do seem a rather rough sort.
And not in a fun way, unfortunately.
Well then, shall we just enjoy our afternoon before time then? Does anyone else have questions for our darling host?
Very good then. If you will excuse me, I will go and arrange that meeting, and whenever you are so inclined to do so, the door here, leading back to the casino, will connect you right away to the waiting room of the office for my dear boss. Should you have any concerns, simply knock 3 times, and I'll ensure you instead end up with the wait staff, more than happy to help you. That understood, my lovely guest?
Yes, indeed.
Well, yes, indeed, indeed. It has been ever so good to be meeting your acquaintances. I feel like we are long, fiery friends that have been separated by a great distance. So to close that gap and embrace one another in this burning interaction, I do thank you, each and every one of you, for such a privilege.
And we thank you.
You're too kind, Vel. You're too kind indeed. Be very good to one another, and I will look forward to your patronage as time does roll by. At the very least, I should hope to offer you a room so you're not slumming it with the donkeys at the evening.
Oh, that would be much appreciated.
Very good, then. You see, with this, George goes and pulls their keys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts it into the key lock, turns it, opens it, and it looks as if the door leads into a kitchen. You hear, "Come now, we need to get ready for dinner preparations." And they turn to you, give you a soft wave, click their click their fan together, and close the door behind them, locking it. And you hear shifting and a shimmer, and they exit from the scene.
I'm so disappointed. I thought he was going to click his heels.
That'd been great.
Or they would click their heels, I'm not sure.
That you are left on the veranda.
Rather impressive place.
I don't like how they treat their workers.
What?
Same.
Because you ate an entire tray and then we were expected to have good service, but you ate that whole tray. The reason that she was treated that way was because of you.
Whoa! He's a hungry, growing guy.
The way they treated that worker had nothing to do with my voracious appetite.
Bartholomew looks to you and goes, not to be... Hold on. And swallows the deviled egg they're currently eating. Bartholomew goes, Mr. Jones, I do think that had everything to do with how voracious your appetite is. You've not even touched any of them now.
I could have asked nicely. Didn't have to scold somebody. Just because I ate all their deviled eggs instantly.
Oh, well,
It's hardly even a scolding.
It's a lot kinder than how other cultures treat their workers, to be fair. There is a tale I've heard from a number of people in Valtora, of which when service is not provided at a kind of a royal statute, the employer will chop their hands off for the dissatisfaction and dishonor that it has brought their business. It's a very common practice there. Perhaps your dwarven sensibilities are causing you to see things differently, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe perhaps we could request that they crack their head on a keg, or... I don't remember what the formal apology is in Dwarven. Jaunty tune?
No, it's just a judge of their character, that's all.
Oh, yeah, nope.
I wouldn't ask for them to change because it wouldn't be legit.
Miss Velithil, I think I have solved the case, not to take thunder away from Miss Celeste and her investigation. But it does appear that this is simply a form of endearment from Mr. Jones. When they start to judge people is when you know that you're fast friends.
What?
Is that what it is?
Yes, I've heard this many times in Dwarven culture. That you're an outsider until they start to judge you. I've been judged multiple times by Dwarven men.
I was...
I will tell you with
Jones.
complete earnesty, you are dead wrong.
Oh. Well, I tried.
But what if that's the deflection, because you're right?
I don't want to bring that up now. Jonesy is my friend. I don't want to... Wait, we tried stage whistles before. They don't work.
They don't work.
It turns back
Don't
and just
work now.
smiles at Jonesy.
You're judging me all the time. I knew we're best friends. I'm competing now, Bartholomew.
Don't have a leg in the race.
Don't have an arm in the
What?
race.
Wouldn't say
Who's
that.
right? Well, you're missing an arm, so it's not even fair to say. I don't understand what we're talking about anymore.
Figuring it out, though.
Treating Jones's friendship as if it is something to be won and fought for?
Oh, none of you are even close.
I'm his best friend.
Okay.
That hurts. It hurts more than you will ever know, Celeste.
Do you want me to pull that dagger out of your back?
You stabbed me? He immediately starts feeling for a dagger. How did I not feel that? I usually scream. He starts
I've
feeling-
hired Morgan.
Morgan,
Morgan, why?
I'm
She's on my
so sorry, by the way. I think that
Right.
that's kind of my fault that title and reputation has come upon you, and I really hope you don't mind it.
Why didn't
I
you ever
can't
tell them
believe that they said.
you could lift a whole log by yourself?
I can't believe that's what they're saying. That it was a whole log.
The stories about us seem to be a bit, grandiose.
I mean, like,
Both
I'm not
in
going to correct
positives
him.
and negatives.
I mean, I lift logs every night and every morning.
No. We're not talking about poop. We're talking about an actual log, Jones. Come on.
Oh, alright, my bad.
Is that a saying to lift then? Wouldn't you be dropping them?
Well, how can you drop it if you never lift it, Val?
Oh my gosh, all these details, Val. Just let it go. What's wrong with you?
Details are
Lots of
important.
things.
Are wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want to take some time and we could talk about it?
No, not right now. Not really, no.
Oh.
I think we need to establish some group therapy sessions here. Everyone seems to have a lot of pent-up issues.
I just wonder what they're saying about you guys.
Who?
Radio.
Montserrat?
I heard a little bit about it from some of the people we met. I mean, remember how that one girl reacted to you, Celeste?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
You're like
Oh,
a
man, I hope
hulking
she made it
behemoth.
out okay.
Probably not.
Val, we gotta work on your
That's-
empathy a little.
Hmm.
That was a little dry. Probably not. Like, there was no hope in her surviving.
I mean, we saw the area and what happened there, so...
No, you're right. She probably didn't.
Like, me and JJ went through that. It was not looking good.
You know, I was
Just
not.
being real.
I was not on team group therapy, but hearing Celeste laugh at the death of a woman might mean we all do need therapy.
We might.
You hear a grumble and you hear, no therapy for Charles. And Charles is
Maybe
presently
I-
halfway through a tray of hors d'oeuvres.
Charles, we can
Charles,
get to your therapy whenever you're ready. We're not going to rush you.
No.
But when you're ready to open up and trauma dump, we'll all be here for you.
No.
Okay, well, at least just come to the meetings. You can have a little coffee, and you can just listen to everyone else.
Mm.
You don't have to say anything.
Slowly just like nibbles on the end of a deviled egg. We'll have to schedule a trauma dump, I suppose, then, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, it does a lot of good. Everyone just kind of talks about all the stuff that makes them cry
Right.
to each other.
Yeah, that seems like a very fun activity for everyone.
Oh, it is.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it really sounds like a fun time.
Can't wait.
What a bonding experience.
Emotions.
I know I missed something. It went over me. I'm gonna be honest. What are we talking about again?
Group therapy sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know I'm booked. I have stuff.
Oh, yeah, you see, Bartholomew looks at Celeste and goes, did you need me for that stuff you were
Yes,
before?
that investigation
I
that we have to
remember
do.
Yep, I think
We're-
that's right.
Super booked that day.
And
so
we had to bring Charles with us, too. I was like, what?
we did?
I think we did, for all the small things. I'm sorry, for the very large things that we
Yes,
couldn't
to
possibly
lift. Yes,
Yep,
I
all the
remember.
lifting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also involved.
Oh, Morgan is also busy that day. I just remembered.
handle. Oh,
Yep.
Real
Wow.
unfortunate.
Sounds like a busy day. I guess that just leaves Orville, JJ, and Vel.
Well,
You
Get around to it.
good luck with that
You
one.
know,
I am perfectly well
the-
adjusted, thank you.
I've got the glove session. Now
Glove
that we've got a room, I gotta delve into my own brain.
You sure you don't mean me or there for that? And I'll hold up my axe.
Oh, I definitely want to be there for that.
I don't.
I miss that.
I don't. I appreciate it. I think I would rather maybe Jones and Celeste hold me physically down.
This sounds like something I definitely should not be involved in.
JJ, I know you're coming on to me.
No.
But that's not how I work.
Bless your heart, but no. Absolutely not.
Hey, just so you know, Jones, when she says bless your heart, it really means like you're a fucking idiot. It doesn't mean bless your heart. She just called you an idiot. I just wanted you to know that I knew, that we all knew. She called you an idiot.
I didn't know that.
I also
Gentle
had no
way.
idea.
In
What?
the most gentle way.
How did none of y'all know that's what it meant? Val called me smart the other day and none of y'all caught that. JJ calls Jones a fucking idiot and nobody catches that.
I caught it plenty, Celeste.
I'm fairly sure Miss Lightning has blessed my heart multiple times.
I meant it in the
Positive.
positive way for you. Sometimes it's a positive way, sometimes it's a negative. I'm going to be honest in this connotation. Jonesy, it's in the negative.
Oh,
Bless your heart.
it goes
but-
both ways. Okay,
See,
It
told ya.
does.
That's a complicated one there.
very complicated.
You have to it's like a whole thing where you have to know the details of the social interaction at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and the complex social bonds between folks. It's a little more complicated now that I'm trying to explain it.
Right. Okay.
I
well,
think
that's
I
unfair.
kind of get it. In dwarven culture, the way that they usually say that is, "Oi, fuck off!"
Very
I-
expletive.
Yeah.
I think that
I
works.
think those are about one and the same. Truth be told.
Yeah, I think that works. Wait, does "oi fuck off" go like a positive way as well?
Oh,
Mhm. Absolutely.
No, they're a little bit more straight shooter. It might be like
Okay.
a dismissive way, but like
See, you gotta be like where I'm from. You gotta be a little. You gotta kindly tell them to fuck off.
Mm.
Wait, hold on a second. Jones,
No.
what about that time that we were playing cards and I won and you told me, hey, fuck off?
yeah, I meant it.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Well then, I think we're learning a lot about each other here. Charles
I don't
is
want to go
going-
through. I don't want to go group therapy. Fuck that. I don't know. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already weren't going.
Oh yeah, busy
something.
day.
Thing.
Busy day. I forgot. Yep,
Yeah.
busy day.
We've already been.
You're
bringing that
Yep,
up?
busy day.
So
No,
not that I don't,
not at all.
not that I don't love watching Charles eat their weight in eggs. Charles is through a whole plate going. "Rah, rah." Just, no,
Growing boy.
Yeah, sure. Did we want to do we want to discuss this person, or do we want to just dip? We could just leave. I think, and Bartholomew gets up and scoots their chair back and looks over the railing. And goes, yeah, it's only 30 feet. We could land on some of the bushes, something. We just run.
Are you getting a strange feeling about meeting with TT?
No, just every time I've ever been in a situation where I was left to speak to a person of power, they have wanted to kill me. So I'm just going to pre-chalk this one up as a failure and just run.
I don't think Georgie wanted to kill you.
No, probably not, but there was a lot of aggression in that voice. I more am concerned that in a business dealing, maybe I should stay outside. Because
Sounds to me like he wants you to hold him down.
I assure you I don't have the muscles to hold anyone down here at all. I wouldn't know what to do if you told me to do that. Wrong elf for the job, I'm afraid. Maybe we have Orville hold him down. Or
No,
you're strong.
I think
Turns out Buddy's a bottom.
yeah. Are
What?
you?
Isn't Georgie too?
Yeah,
I think Georgie's a
how's
switch.
How's that logistically work? Oh yeah, if Georgie's a switch, you're
I'm
right.
sorry. Is this a mechanical thing?
I don't
Um,
understand what's happening, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel uncomfortable.
Did you learn a secret
I
about
think-
those machines in there?
I think that Georgie would like to play cricket with you.
Oh, it's a marvelous game.
With you and only you at this point, Bartholomew. In a private room.
You can't play cricket in a private. Oh.
Buddy, just remember, no means no. And
Indeed.
not saying no does not equal consent.
Remember that yes means yes.
And yes is the only thing that means yes.
Jones is right about that one.
Okay.
Talked a lot about words' meanings today.
We're learning so much together. We're like a little bunch of students. So yeah, I'm just not gonna go to this meeting. I feel like you've got this. You're the seekers of Gulante. I am your like chaperone or translator, employee.
Okay, well, since you're not going,
Yep.
can I just ask a question then?
Go right ahead.
How do you feel about us potentially working for TT Holdings?
I've not met him. I assume they are a powerful, well-to-do, intimidating, and strong individual that will likely, I don't know, chew the end of a cigar and tell you how the world's going to work, and that if you show weakness, they're going to jump on you. So, I mean, sure, if like the money's well, or whatever. I'm not sure.
Well, let's talk about more than just the money. I mean, there's a lot going on here, and the high level of arcane presence in this place has me a bit concerned as I think
Jealous?
back to the means of which an assault happened not too long ago, ended in that was a rather unique use of arcane, and there are rather many unique uses of arcane here. And I wonder if the scimitars really possess the type of skill that we're seeing around these parts.
I get you.
I don't.
I have
Well,
no idea.
I'm
what
glad
I
you
think
said it because
that's
I don't.
alright.
Yeah, no,
thank you,
not a clue.
Orville, because I didn't think.
JJ's father was killed by some sort of magical bolt that exited through the back of his head from the inside of his head. That is not a common spell trait.
Oh.
Right, but I thought we linked that to the scimitars, and Georgie just said they don't do business with the scimitars, other than the fact that they help them prevent big demons from coming down from the north, right? So,
And if the scimitars are an unwanted presence in your city, do you frame them for a murder that will help get you everything that you want?
not necessarily if they're contracted to bring that. Do we know that? Yeah, we know that, right?
No, what? Oh, sorry, you have your head on it. Wait,
No,
I'm
out of
sorry,
game.
what?
Yeah, sorry.
What are you asking?
Sorry, DM. Boop, boop.
We know that they are contracted to have the lightning alcohol for here.
They're
We
not.
learned that on the way here.
You know that there was a request for it. For TT Holdings had requested
Yes.
that moonshine be made for this resort and casino, and anyone who's ordered a drink at the bar has seen like 3 flavors of lightning moonshine be offered, and then they're just like, sorry, it's unavailable right now, but it's coming soon. Is like the still the general consensus.
There's also like the letters in JJ's dad's study that were threats from TT.
Oh, I didn't realize they were threats from TT. I thought they were threats from this. Okay.
And then what killed him was a massive calling card from the scimitars. But we don't actually know too much about the guy. So do you see where my brain's traveling now?
Yeah.
All right. So here's my thoughts, right? What if we just kill them all?
Okay, I'm officially out of
Okay,
10.
you know, I really hope that they're not listening in.
You
At
see
this very
Bartholomew like kind of like
That's
looks,
why I was being vague earlier.
Bartholomew looks to his shoulder real quick and goes, "No, I think she was kidding. No, we probably wouldn't do that." Yeah, no, I know.
The scemitars, you guys.
What?
The scemitars. We just
We
kill
kill
all the
scimitars.
scemitars.
That is a thought
Come
that I had
on.
as well.
Okay.
Georgie's been nothing but nice to us. We
However-
like the Creedies.
Georgie is
Okay.
delightful.
Georgie's delightful. However,
So welcoming.
I'm gonna be honest. What if what Vel said is correct, right? Or maybe, a theory, hypothetically.
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 And what if the scimitars are innocent for the most part, aside
True.
from one of them?
Georgie also did refer to members of the scimitars as remnants of this town. And we do know that at least one that was. Because we killed him.
So, I don't know if I feel right just, knocking them all before we know all the details.
Sounds like we need a full-fledged investigation.
We need a full investigation.
Mhm.
That's the thing, it's one of the
To
reasons I
decide.
do want to speak to Thon. Because I really want to know what they are requesting of us to do. It's still a bit vague.
Yeah, it's incredibly vague.
And turned out a request like that might result in letters of threat being sent our way. Or something.
Gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure what the reaction will be if I spawn inside that room either. What all I should and shouldn't say.
You can always feel it out. You can always say no if they try to push us too far. It is a big corporation. They're going to try to maximize our effectiveness. They're going to try to take advantage of us. It's exploitation of the workers. This is just general how they do things. So, once they try to push us too far, we just say no. And then, if it goes past that, then we got Celeste plan.
Right. Kill all the scimitars.
Yeah, whoever's around.
I opt to not be around when Kobold Jones starts killing everyone.
He's gonna do it.
Only
We
if they
could
deserve it.
request to have this meeting later if we wanted to either investigate the scimitars ourselves or maybe try to spend some time finding. I do not remember the killer's name at this time. But if he's in the forest around here or in the city,
It was Corville, something similar to
Wait,
Corvids.
Corville?
Cor.
Was it you?
No,
Plot
it was
twist.
a big tiefling.
yeah,
It was that.
All of his name starts with an O, not the K.
It was that big
Rhymes.
purple tiefling guy
Rhymes. It must be crimes.
that I showed you the sketch of. The big kind of balding, baldish. If I remember correct.
Corville, too much coincidence.
Oh.
Where were you on the night of whatever night that was?
He was with us,
He was
Dodo
down-
Bird.
I've been here with y'all!
Oh yeah, I was in the bathroom. So
That is true.
Oh right, you were in the bathroom that whole time.
So,
Lifting a log.
both in game
My
and out of
poor mother's bathroom,
Oh no, he had already lifted that log.
awful.
not the doilies.
So, we are past time. However,
Yep.
I know we're not playing next week. Do you guys want to do
Oh, yeah.
the meeting with TT now? Or do you want to wait 2 weeks and do the meeting then? Up to you guys. Because we will not be playing on the 18th, so everyone's aware.
Well, that gives us 2 weeks to do all the gambling then.
That is
Huzzah!
correct. Mhm.
It
Yeah,
does.
there's tons of time for gambling, whatever else you might want to do in town, that kind of stuff.
I don't think I can stay up for a whole meeting, so
All right, well, we'll do it
Here.
at the start then.
Works for me.
2 weeks.
All right, then.
Gives
2
us time.
weeks. Pouring wine, getting ready. So, sad sealing of the wine. It's bed wine. It's bedtime
yeah, it's
wine.
like warm milk.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Full
That's how
wine.
that works. All right. Well, that's a thing I've apparently learned about.
Wait, you don't know about that?
Bed wine and warm milk before bed.
No. People drink warm milk
Like
before
it.
bed.
Not that you do both.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
both. I was like,
No.
This is so
This is-
gross.
In replacement to warm milk, but
Grossest crap
they
I've
need to
ever
do some
heard.
science experiments.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I don't even drink milk. What the
That's a whole
hell?
nother ball of yarn I've not even gotten into at this point. Let's see here. We've got... these guys look cool. Why not? Swole Initiative Network. Yeah, that seems cool. So we will... Can I mute? There we go. Group of people, random people playing Dungeons and Dragons. We'll rate them, give them the good old happy second wake. Hey, how you doing? Raid emote. If you're a subscriber to the channel, please use our raid emote as you do. Anyone have any last things you want to try to accomplish before we call it an evening and see everyone in 2 weeks?
I would like to solve all of the problems.
Darn it, we don't have enough time for that. Cobalt Jones can't stay up through a meeting. All right. Speaking of, we're very excited and hope everyone, hope the moving goes well for Celeste and Cobalt Jones. They'll be moving next week to better accommodations. So yeah, man, hopefully you move all the stuff, bro. And with that, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. So our next play session will be on the 25th. If you have suggestions for what we should do on the 18th, let me know. I don't know. Figure something out. Maybe we'll do a one-shot.
Hop in the Discord.
You can hop in the Discord, let us know. We do a one-shot. I know there's a rogue in the party that desperately likes money. We could probably figure something out for a 4-person one-shot. Might be fun. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Let us know in the comments below. But until next time, I've been Cream Zamir. They've been the Seekers Galanti. You've been our level 20 characters. We'll see you next time, 2 weeks. Peace out.